We are live here on the Nature Sports Podcast, man. Y'all know what it is. Good old Major Mondays, man, where we talk Nats, Mystics, Wizards, Skins. This is a DC Sports Show, man. We turn the Major Mondays into the DC Sports Show. Right now, it's all about the Redskins, man. Y'all know what it is. We let the guys introduce themselves on this Major Monday, swing it around the room, see what we got here going for us. What you got?
Yo, what it is, it's Point B. 10-year vet. We've been doing this. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with us. Thank everybody that was tuning in last night. Thank everybody that was tuning in Saturday. So we kind of on a couple-day run. So I want to thank y'all for tuning in for all the different shows that we have given you guys. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. It's your boy Big Son. I've been doing this sports analyst thing 10 years, podcasting for 10 years. So I stand before you guys in honor and in enjoyment to bring you sports tonight on Major Mondays, baby. Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. Y'all know what it is, man. It's Major Mondays. So,
Major.
we got a couple things going on. We want to get you updated because there's a lot of talk around Redskins Nation regarding some of the interviews that happened yesterday. We're going to start. The last one is going to be the most explosive, which is going to be Josh Hurst, based on a lot of what has been done and said around here, y'all. Some know, some don't. They know how I feel. So I'm not going to do too much. However, I will discuss a little bit of Josh Hurst today, and we will discuss a lot of Redskins today. We will give you a little update on the Nationals, and we'll give you an update on the Mystics as well. But right now, it's all about the Skins. So without further ado, we're going to let Dan Quinn set us off for the beginning, open it up, and open the show up. So without further ado, we're going to let Dan Quinn do his thing. This was after the game. This press conference was after the game, the Patriots game. So,
and just what a cool moment for him of finishing. And then the other.
Oh, my bad. Let's go on back there. Okay, let's get Dan Quinn back up.
In the DMV, and just what a cool moment for him of finishing. And then the other player that I really was proud of was Martavis. He's got a long and winding road, and so for him and Trace, just looking at those two and how excited they were to, meet about 7 or 8 days ago, complete, a touchdown drive to go win a game. I was super pumped for those guys. That's what I was thinking about, as the game was winding down for them and their journey and their story, and like really two guys that went for it. So I thought that was cool to end in that way. So all that said, glad to open up to you guys and get rocking.
Anything else stand out to you? And there's obviously a bunch of roster spots going around. Anything initially jump out?
What I had told the team at the half, I thought we were really tight, John. I thought I might even said it in the presser the other day where over trying at this time of year is a real thing. And I felt some of that. It's so damn important. They want it so badly that at times you can be tight and drop a pass or foul up an assignment just because you want it so badly. And I felt that. That's what I said at the half. I said, if we just play like we're capable of in the second half and finish and let it rip and have fun, good things will happen. And so, but I did feel that, how badly they wanted to be part of it. And I didn't feel that as much in the second half. I felt the guys really responded. I loved the energy they had, but that's something that I saw, and I saw a shift down. I like the energy that I saw on special teams. The way we covered, those are things that I was looking for to get a real look at it. And so those are the things that jumped out to me.
And with Martavis, what did you see? What have you seen from him Saturday night this time of year?
Yeah, I think you feel his size, obviously, but I just felt his competitive nature in this one, John. To learn it, it's not easy to get, jump down and put in the middle of an offense or a defense and learning it. So for him to come in and spend the time with Bobby Ingram, who, if you were somebody to come learn from, he's the one you'd want to pick. And so I was just really proud of him at the end. There was a PI that, went his way, a touchdown at the end. So I was very excited for him.
Can those plays push a guy onto the roster and make you guys say, hey, we can't risk losing him?
I think as we're going through, Siri must have heard that one. I think as we're going through hi, Siri. As we're going through that, I think that's an important consideration. But Adam and I will go look at the tape and for Martavis and others and finding, what unique things do they have, and then how would we feature them?
What's your process now to figure out, here's the final 53?
Yeah, it's honestly one that's been ongoing, for a long time. And Adam and I spent a lot of time together going through the roster, digging in and finding it. And in fact, he was, watching a whole bunch today, a film, and that's this time of year, what goes on for the initial 53. What does that look like? Who's there? It's a puzzle, to put together, but we'll spend a bunch more time here over the next couple days and just make sure we can find the right fit for the team.
I mean, along those lines, how do you factor in the other options down the road, like waiver wire guys that may be dealing with nicks or injuries and stuff like that?
I think that's a really fair question, Nikki, and that's why I said the initial 53. And as you know, there's probably a little bit of fluidness even past the opening game as roster decisions get done with veterans and those types of things. So that's what you have to look at for the big picture. We certainly don't want to be in this position from a claiming order again, but if you have it and there's opportunities that you need to use, then, that's Adam and his staff will dig in hard.
Dan, you went for it on 4th and inches, 4th and 1, whatever it was, I think second quarter down 7-0. Is that just to get that on tape and to get your guys in that mode of what they'll have to do?
Yeah, I think for a lot of them, there was some times where when it was 4th down, we were going to kick it. We wanted to give Cade chances, with Tyler and Tress and the guys. There's nothing like a game environment to go kick. So that particular one, I don't think it was in field goal range. So we were going into that space to go. So different weeks will call for different things. But in this one, we really wanted to make sure he had some chances to go, hit his kicks if those moments were there. And so that's what we did.
And also looked like Vadarian Mathis was pretty spry both halves. Did you see anything particular?
Yeah, I felt the same. I really felt his energy. The guys did too. So it was really cool to see him. We, had good conversations with he and some of the other guys about what specifically we were looking for. And I thought Phil in the game, I really felt his energy. Certainly go and look at the tape, but it was cool to see. I thought John had a couple of big hits, some of the big guys that we've been really pushing inside. It was good to see them do that.
You kept out, obviously, a lot of players today. Is it fair to think that the guys that kept out, barring anybody who might be hurt, are safe for this team?
That they would be hurt or, now you make me go through the whole list. I wouldn't say everyone was on the 53. There was a couple of injured guys too. So I don't want to make sure I'm not missing that. But if the guys were healthy and there, I'd say you're probably barking up the right tree.
And for Jamin Davis, obviously, it's been a conversation all summer. I don't know what you were able to see of him today, but now that you're here, you got to make some calls. What do you kind of view his situation?
Yeah, I've been super impressed by him. I think we had talked about him last week, just his willingness to try something new, that he hadn't been doing a lot. And I really thought he would be a good blitzer, so early on in the spring, we featured him at Summit linebacker there. And then when I really felt the speed, we want as many fast and long athletes out on the edge as we can. And I thought he had that trait. And so we've been working hard with him at that space. At that position, man, you need real gas to go, and you need a lot of them. And so I thought this is a player that's really worth the time to put it in to get there. And so when you're doing a new position, it takes some time to grow into it. But, man, I've been impressed by his work ethic. He's covering kicks, doing everything the team's asked of him. So I thought he had a really good offseason, even with some changing of positions. We'll flex him some at backer as well, but he's really starting to come on as a DM.
Hey, DQ, I'm right here.
Thank you.
Hi. With Martavis scoring that touchdown, the sideline went crazy, and they were really excited for him. What did he and his success mean to the team? Can you kind of elaborate on that?
Yeah, I think as a ball player and a teammate, you really have appreciation for somebody's journey, maybe even if you might not have been a part of that. But you recognize it when things don't always go the way you'd hoped it would. And so for someone like him to, stay with it, that shows a lot of grit, where it would have been real easy just to walk away and not be able to do it. I had a chance to coach him some last year, and I was impressed. I didn't forget. And so would he make the most of that opportunity? And so I felt that energy from him. So I think it's probably a combination of he's a good teammate as a new guy here, but there's also some appreciation for a story that shows some real resilience and some fight, which, these guys certainly appreciate.
Coach, how did you see out of Drake Driscoll? How did you think he performed starting, playing the whole first half? His decision making. Can you speak on that for a
I
moment?
can. And so one of the things we know with Jeff, he's got great legs. He can really run. All these guys can. That are part of the system. But looking into the game, and we'll have to go back and watch some of the film. But some of the third downs that we want to convert and go to, we'll have to see if from a decision making process it was right. But Jeff's one of our very best competitors, and has certainly even exceeded my expectations coming in. And I've watched him from afar for a long time. I actually got to work with him for one season years back. And so I've always had my eye on him, even from him transferring and going to other teams. So to see him really take advantage of this opportunity here has been really cool to see.
All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right. See you guys. Somebody's phone's up here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was
Coming up on Booth Review, I'm Bram Weinstein. This is now a person known as Big Fletch.
That's me. I'm going to let you know what it feels like to be an undrafted rookie trying to make a ball.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So I'm gonna say I'm gonna start out. I'm gonna just say it. I like the interview. I like the fact that he did not give away anything. I was talking to Ro
in the DMV, and just what a cool moment for him of finishing, and then the other player,
right? And I was talking about how Bill Belichick. It was a Tom Brady interview. I believe it was with Stephen A. Smith. I could be wrong, but it was a Tom Brady interview, and they were talking about Bill Belichick. And Tom Brady says, "Well, at first you couldn't get Bill. Stephen A. says you can't get Bill to talk. So now it's funny that he's talking. He's being a sportscaster or analyst or whatever the case may be. And so Tom Brady's like, yeah, because we didn't want to give away nothing. Okay, you are in the news doing all these interviews. He don't want to do the press conferences because they're looking for chinks in your armor. Tom Brady said every city that he went to, he would go get the news clippings of the other teams, what the players been saying, what the coaches been saying, trying to find the edge, the competitive edge. And because of that, I feel like Tom Brady was a lot better in those situations. So I feel like Dan Quinn did a very good job. Not telling you who making the 53. I'm not telling you who's wide receiver number 2. I'm not telling you if Jerson Newton. No, I'm not telling you none of that. You'll just see, you know what I mean? And I'm proud to say that Trace McSorley and Martavius Bryant a shout out because they deserved it. Trace McSorley scored 20 points in the game. 20. Driscoll did not score at all. Not even a field goal. He did not help the team in that sense at all with points. But Trace McSorley did. Martavius Bryant caught the game winner. You got to shout that out. You got to love that, So I love what Dan Quinn said on this. I'm ready for week 1. I'm pumped for week 1. I have to keep hearing this because he's not giving away no secrets to the sauce.
Absolutely. Dan Quinn definitely interviews well. I definitely like what I see out of him most of the times during his interview. So I like the interview altogether. I think Dan Quinn. I think Dan Quinn relates to the fans. He relates in a positive way. So I don't have nothing but positivity for that interview. I definitely like what Dan Quinn said in the interview regarding Trace McSorley and regarding Martavius Bryant. So it's just refreshing to have a coach who has his pulse on the team and on the players. You know what I mean? So I'm for it. I think that was a positive interview.
Yeah, I think it was a great interview. When you listen to him talk about Martavius Bryant and Trace McSorley, you hear the excitement. So they're making the team. You hear it in his voice.
Oh, I ain't
Like
gonna
there's
go
no
there.
way. No, yeah, I'm telling you, there's no way. Because this is what I'm seeing. Hartman wasn't really able to fulfill his playtime on the field.
Right.
Feel what I'm saying? Mariota, he's kind of the second guy anyway because they paid him so much money. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to be the second guy. And I think McSorley earned his job. Like I said, from the first time I saw McSorley, I said he needs a week of real practice and give him
Yeah.
some time. He's gonna look good. And what did he do? Lo and behold, he come out there and give you the Heineke-ass type of game.
Oh, he gave you 20 points, man. 20 points.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, you can't hate on that.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, really, he gave it 17. He got 17 for us because the three was already there, but he did
No,
all
no,
that
no,
by
no.
himself.
I went back, looked at the highlights, my brother. Tracy McSorley, he got in the game the drive before we kicked the first field goal. Tracy McSorley scored all 20 points for us. Driscoll did not score all. Yep. I just looked at the highlights before we got online.
That's
Oh, no.
deep. That's deep.
At the half, right? He did. What's the name? Didn't come in until after the half.
No, he didn't. He was in the first half, I believe.
McSorley?
Yeah, I believe he was.
Nah, McSorley came in second. I vividly remember that he came in second half.
Hey, bro, I can send you the highlight I looked at. Give me a second.
I vividly remember him coming in the second half.
Send it to the group chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to get to.
But in the meantime, we're gonna have Josh Harris come up and get a little speak. He said a lot, so that's why I don't want to skip that. I want to dive right into that in terms of Josh Harris and much of what he had to say yesterday for his press conference, and then I'll give my thoughts after we see the interview. I don't want to taint any feelings about it. So,
Real quick, did y'all get what he was saying when he was saying players are over trying? I know we had a conversation about that when he said that. Like, people were saying they didn't really understand what he meant by over trying.
I did. I get it. Did you?
Okay.
I mean, I can explain it for the people if they didn't.
No, I definitely
He
got it,
personally, he feels.
but the people probably,
Yeah, I
huh?
got you. He was saying that the players were playing tight. They wasn't playing loose. They wasn't playing to their full capability.
Uh-huh.
It means so much to them. So when it means you are over trying to make everything perfect, and that's not playing with flow. That's not playing naturally. That's not playing with your instinct. You're overthinking it. You're over pursuing things, and that's what he means by tight. He like, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to mess up, and then that's when you mess up. So if you're playing loose, if you're playing, with instinct, if you're playing out of your head, not in your head, then I feel like that's the best form of football at that point. So I think that's what he was saying. And I mean, he kind of said it here. He like, they were playing tight or whatever the case may be.
I agree. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and see what Josh Harris had to say to the people yesterday. And then we'll have our analysis after we listen to him speak.
Go. No, I'm eager. I mean, it's so fun to be back. Since last season, I mean, think about it. New coach, new GM, a lot of new front office people, new coaches, new players, new quarterback. I know you all toured the facilities, so just a lot going on and a lot of really positive things, but ready to get going.
Obviously, not a lot of things done to the stadium here, but there was news in the past week. The city contracted with a consultant to work on maybe getting you guys back to RFK. Can you give us an update on where things are stadium-wise?
Yeah, we're working like super hard, right? I mean, it's taking up a lot of my own mind space to find our next home. But, and as you know, we have conversations going with multiple jurisdictions and not a lot really to say about it per se, other than, as you peel the onion, things get more and more detailed, more and more advanced. I mean, you're aware of some of the things going on in DC and the congressional support. We're hoping to get the Senate to buy into that also, probably after the election. So we'll have to, obviously I'll leave it to you all or other pundits to predict political action, but a lot of good stuff going on and very positive, but not a lot to share.
Why will that be after the election for you? Why is your focus after the election?
Yeah, I just don't think so. If you look at what's happening in the Senate realistically, and now I'm really getting out of that, there's not a lot happening, right? Everyone's focused on the election. So this is the kind of thing that would have to be part of a series of bills that would go through in the lame duck session. So it's not really realistic to think that's going to happen before the election.
If the RFK bill fails, would you commit to another legislative effort to get DC on the table, or would you be open to making a decision before that?
Yeah, I think I'm hoping that we can get some action before the change to the next Senate and Congress and administration, because I think that's when, all bets are. I don't know. The answer is it's very hard to predict what that looks like. So ideally, since we have a lot of stuff lined up right now, it would happen in the lame duck session. But again, now you're really predicting the inner workings of Washington.
How firm is that? People throw out the 2030 date for when you want it open. How firm is that in terms of when you know?
Yeah, it's a target. I think it's a realistic target. I mean, I wouldn't say that, again, like there's there's political things that need to occur. There's land zoning, a whole lot of other things. A lot of it's not within our control. So there's no way to predict a specific date, but I think that's a reasonable target.
I'm curious, you've been around Jaden a little bit. I'm curious your thoughts on him and how different the vibe is around the franchise now as opposed to last year.
Yeah, look, I'm super pumped that that Jaden is with us. I'm very excited about the pick. I mean, look, you all watch what I watch, right? I mean, he hasn't been on the field all that much, but you see how we move down the field, different level. Plus, him as a person, as a human being, as a worker, earliest at the training facility, latest to leave, real teammate, real leader, real athleticism, and just a great person to be around. So I think that, I'm very, very optimistic and excited about watching him this season.
With the changes you guys have made this offseason just to this stadium, I mean, what was your first reaction as you kind of walked through and saw all these?
Yeah, I think I'm very pumped to see the new everything, right? The new suites, the new mini marts, the frictionless marts, the easier ingress and egress, all of it. New paint, and the tunnel club, all of it. New food. Although the mac and cheese is a little much for me today, I'm not gonna lie, but on the other hand, I also was wandering around planning next season's capital project. So I think we got more to do, and it really makes me a strange thing, right? Usually it's strange when you're spending lots of money, but I really get excited about fixing the place up for our fans and making it. I mean, as I said, when we bought the team, bought the club, you're inviting people into your house. And you don't want to have an old couch, finishes that are crumbling and all that. So I think that I'm looking forward to continuing to make a lot of progress, right now. I mean, obviously, now that the season's starting, it's all going to happen next year, but we're going to get started for next year now.
You've been out at training camp practices. What's just been your impression of the overall tone and sort of the culture that Pointe has started to build over there?
Yeah, people are having fun. People are committed. They're having fun. You've got Dan, obviously is very intense, but he's building a culture of, everyone being on the same page, having the same goals, same objectives, and he gamifies things. And a lot of optimism, a lot of excitement. People, all the vets showed up at the, at an optional veteran mini camp. It doesn't really happen. So, it's a great vibe and a different vibe, and people are just ready to get going.
Josh, you've also made a lot of upgrades back in Ashburn at the practice facility. What do you kind of see with that in terms of building new? Is that still tied to what goes on here with the stadium, or is that a separate one?
Look, we're just starting to do a lot of planning there, but again, I'd say yes and no. I mean, obviously we're in a lot of choices to be made. And if we end up with, stadium one jurisdiction, there's advantages to disadvantage. We're the DMV, right? It's just 3 jurisdictions. But on the other hand, So it's tied in some sense, but I'm sort of undergoing the same process there, which is like, what can we fix next? And obviously the player lounge and the old, it was great. It was harmonious for me to just watch the high school turf go up from 1980 something and get rolled up into a ball. But there's a lot. I mean, there's an enormous amount to do there. I mean, obviously, we need to do a lot better there. So, we're going to keep working on that as well. But now that the season's on, it's going to get pushed also. But you'll see just continuous improvement at both locations.
And in terms of the football side, obviously, tons of changes with from Adam on
Yep.
down. Sound Jason Wright moving on. What other changes do you kind of see coming that you want to get to, and what sort of timeline for what they become?
Yeah, look, I think that obviously we're looking for a new president, and that's my most important job as managing partner is finding the coach, finding the GM, finding the president. So the president's super important, and I'm really engaged in it and personally leading it, and going back to talking to search firms and talking to candidates and all that. So, and I'm obviously wish Jason did an amazing job for us transitioning. Came in during previous ownership, transitioned the franchise through a very difficult time period, and welcomed us and did and continues to do an amazing job for us. So I wish him well. So that's like the next area of focus.
Good evening, Josh. Can you share a little bit of the decision to remove the Sean Taylor Memorial and commission a new statue to be built in the future?
Yeah, I think that honoring our alumni and obviously Washington football, the glory of Washington football, 3 Super Bowls, we have a lot. But Sean Taylor is particularly important for obvious reasons. And I wanted to make sure that he had a first-class memorial, first-class exhibit. And so we've been working closely with the Taylor family and came to the decision jointly that it was probably time to look for something new. And we'll be considering that over the next season with the family. And so I was, it's part of a bigger picture, right? Which is that in the NFL, I mean, if you're in NFL, the fraternity of NFL players, right? So if I were an NFL player, I would look at, how we have an incredible number of people that were really good. And so we're trying to embrace them all, but Sean Taylor in particular.
And then your history as a lifelong fan of the team before you were an owner of the team, is any part of that inside of you motivating you to kind of do some of these improvements that you're doing?
Massively. Some of my earliest memories were of Washington football and walking into RFK, and I actually heard the stadium moving. I was there. I lived through all that, right? So I was there when we drafted Darrell Green and Art Monk, and Joe Gibbs came in and went 0-6, and Billy Kilmer and Sonny Jurgens. I was there for all that. So I'm incredibly motivated to bring it back. And I think what I said earlier was that when I've obviously invested in a lot of sports assets, but when I first walked into, Commander Stadium, I definitely was more emotional. And so this is emotional for me. It's not just business. It's about the city, the franchise, the fans, and doing what's right to bring the team back to where it needs to be.
Mr. Harris, as you all are making upgrades to the current stadium, are there any other organizations you're looking at across the sports world as kind of best in class or best practices that you all are leveraging?
Yeah, so every time we go to an NFL stadium or a new NBA stadium or a new, I went to Tottenham Stadium, which is, both, obviously a Premier League club and European football club, but also hosts NFL games. We are looking at everything that's going on there. And so I can assure you that when we build our new home, we will be availing ourselves of all the modern things that are going on. Like, for example, I visited SoFi. I make it my own business to walk around with the ownership group or with the CEO or with the facilities manager and hear everything that's going on, whether it be where the Clippers are playing, which is new, whether it's SoFi, whether it's, the new Vegas stadium, even the Premier League club stadiums. And so there's a lot of knowledge out there. This is an area of a lot of technology in terms of premium. It's constantly changing in terms of Wi-Fi, electronics, and, how to emphasize the game. And so we have a lot of decisions to make. And I can assure you that we're going to be really try to be as thoughtful as we can about it. And of course, we're going to look at everything that's out there.
With a new coach, new GM, new quarterback this season, going into 2024, what are your expectations and what does a successful season look like?
Yeah, so I'm focused on our long-term goals, which is I want to be elite and playing deep into the playoffs or competing for Super Bowls season in and season out. And, I'm focused on building and I think this will be a better season than last year across the board. I think we're going to be, obviously the identity that Dan and Adam have been talking about, the team is front and center in terms of us being competitive, of being, punishing, of competing at the end. And obviously, the record was dismal last year and we better do better than that. But really, I think this is going to be a way better season for all of those things and a lot of the intangibles. Jaden continue developing, hopefully, into what we think and all hope that and know that he can be. And so, a lot of intangibles, and then you should see improvement across the board on everything. Whether that I've learned a long time ago in sports not to make bold predictions, so I will not. This is sports, and I'll leave that to the bettors in Vegas and other things. People who are better at making predictions than I am, but for sure we're all going to have a much funner time.
Hey, Josh, with your other teams, you all were able to eventually acquire a difference maker, a significant difference maker. How does that buy a franchise time to kind of fill out the rest of the roster, the rest of the team, even if you struggle in year one or year two?
Yeah, look, I think when you have a difference maker, ultimately, you're going to see improvement in the team. And obviously, each sport's different. Certainly, in the other sports, there's only so if you have a league MVP on your roster, you're going to be pretty good, so I think that, in the case of some of the other franchises, we're really now at the point where we're trying to win championships. And it's not our regular season is less important for us. I think here we're a little earlier than that, but I think certainly if Jaden turns into, what we all think he can be, that is the key position in the NFL, and obviously, he'll move us forward.
And what have you seen him in your interactions with him during OTAs, during camp, and during this spring and summer?
Yeah, he's great. He is down to earth, humble, committed, very genuine, easy to be around. I really can't say enough good things about Jaden. And even with, obviously, and sort of, I think works well with his teammates, with me, with Dan, and just has an easy way about him and really communicates with everyone. So I think that he seems unique, and all these difference makers. And you asked me about others, but it's they're unique, right? They're ends of one, and I'm hoping that Jaden has a lot of potential to be one of those.
You guys have expressed interest in hosting a future NFL draft here in DC. I'm just wondering what your vision for that would be and what that could do for football and for the team.
Yeah, I think we're going to get that done. We're talking to the league about it. It's a question of timing, and it's going to be a few years off. They plan it way in advance. And listen, think about the idea of having, and I'm not breaking news here, it's not done yet, but think about a draft on the mall or whatever, and how exciting that would be for the city of Washington, for the NFL. So everyone sees that. And so obviously there's a lot of complexity to it with, the park service. And now I'm lifting the covers a little, but there's things that
Not
need to get
gonna
done.
happen.
But I think that I believe that it will happen, and it's a question of when. And so, yeah, it'll be great. I mean, it'd be super fun to do that here, and I think great for the country as well, and great for the NFL.
And then training camp is the other one. Some teams take it on the road, some teams don't. What have your interactions been like with Dan? Has he expressed a preference, and do you have one?
Yeah, look, I think that Dan's preference, I think, is to be away from where the the main training, away from the training ground, get away, come together, and so I think, as you're aware, there's some things that we're working on, but I think that you can do that in lots of different ways. You can do it at a permanent home. You can do that on a season in, season out basis. And so we have some options, but I think that's his preference. It makes sense to me.
Josh, as an owner, do you operate differently sport to sport? Like an executive obviously would build a roster differently, but depending on the sport, do you find yourself acting that way with hockey, basketball, football?
Yeah, so I'm pretty focused on the Commanders and the NBA, and I have partners that I work with on the other sports. And look, I think the fundamentals are the same, which is you hire the best talent, you hire the best coach, the best GM, and they hire coaches underneath them, and then you hold them accountable. You ask lots of questions. You make sure you're super knowledgeable and they're communicating with you, but then you let them do their jobs, right? And so my approach as an owner is to do it that way. I don't want to be, kind of controlling, roster decisions. I mean, obviously, if I think something, my job is to keep it, on the road, right? Like if I think someone's doing something that really doesn't make sense, I'm not going to do it. But by and large, that's their job. And just because, I'm a great business person. I built, a big company. Doesn't mean that I'm going to be better than Adam Peters at picking a roster, right? So I defer, but hold people accountable for their decisions. And obviously, and so I think that really is the same across sports. I mean, obviously, there's lots of nuances between the different sports. There's different CBAs, different, sports have hard caps, not hard caps. Certainly the number of players in the NBA is much smaller, and there's lots of nuance. We go into, but by and large, that sort of approach is what I follow across sports.
And you've made it pretty clear throughout that the name's not a priority right now. Is there any research that you have being done to see if the name is resonating with fans more than it was initially, or is that something that matters to you at all if it is growing in popularity?
It does matter. I just think that, and certainly, like we've been very clear, we can't, for obvious reasons, the old name can't come back. But right now, we're focused on things that unify the team around our football team, right? And unify the city around our football team. And so the first objective is we got to start winning football games. And we need everyone supporting the team and not things that might, drive people apart. Secondly, obviously, we're trying to find a new home. And again, unifying the city around that is important. And so, the name is one of those things that like a lot of opinions. But I mean, I can't say I've certainly not forgotten. I mean, like I said, I grew up here. Okay, so I understand it. And, we brought back, we're going to start to do things that bring us back to our heritage, honoring our past, the gold, you saw the gold pants. Those are easy things to do. So we are doing research and we're thinking about it. But like right now, we're prioritizing the things that we've talked about. And that's kind of the rationale for it.
Hey, Josh, having grown up here, you talked about going to games and, watching this team your whole life. This fan base, people could say, has maybe kind of been asleep or just not as present the last 20 years. Do you feel a sense where you can feel like that fan base is waking up just with the changes you guys have made and the new leadership and Jaden and everything?
Totally. I mean, first of all, thank you to the fans. I mean, we're, way ahead of, I think we've sold more tickets than we had all last year today. And I've been out in the community a lot, and I've been speaking to people, and literally people cry when they talk about Washington football and the memories that they had. And so it's still there. It was like a little bit sleeping, a little bit dormant. And, there's so many stories that I get told or texted about or any number of ways communicated to where, okay, I just spoke to my neighbor and they just bought season tickets again because they like what you all are doing. And so that's across the DMV. And so our job is to keep delivering for the fan base, keep creating that excitement, keep doing things in a first-class way, keep inviting people in to help us make this happen for the DMV, and obviously supporting the players, supporting the football team. So I do think it's coming back, and I do think that it never went away, but it got lost for a little while.
Josh, we just had the opportunity to take this tour, and much of the renovations are absolutely beautiful, some of them breathtaking. Also, the access for the fans are a lot easier in some spaces as well. You talked earlier about this being like someone coming into your home. What do you hope that fans feel when they walk into Commanders Field?
Yeah, so I just hope they feel comfortable. So what I say to our staff is that, everyone can affect how a fan feels when they come here, right? So if the parking person yells at you, or if your food is cold, or if someone is surly, or the elevator doesn't work, all these things
He ain't
affect
talking
fan
about the
experience. And
prices.
so
He ain't talking about the
I
prices.
want people to feel comfortable here, and I think importantly to feel part of a community. We're all part of a community. That we're the community that wants the Commanders to win. Like when the Commanders are successful on the field, like we're the people that are at the stadium and the people that are watching on TV, the DMV at large. We're all coming together, and so that's what sports does. And so all those things are part of it. And I also want I want feedback. Just keep I know you've been telling us what you want, but keep talking to us, and we're listening.
I got some feedback for your
Thanks, everyone.
I got some feedback. Oh yeah, I got some
bruh.
I got some feedback. Y'all, I'm gonna go first. I gotta go first.
You go ahead.
I gotta go first.
You go first.
I gotta go first, baby. That man full of trash. That man is full of trash, bro. Let's go. Let's get into this Josh Hurst thing. Hold on, let me turn my camera on. Let's get into this Josh Hurst thing, man. Let's get into this. Let's get into this food, dog. This man good. Josh Hurst, I'm for Philly. That's the first thing I say. Let's go. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. You know what? The first thing I'm gonna address. We're gonna get this thing rolling the right way. Here to give y'all the truth, the Nature Sports Podcast. This is ETA Row. This is my own take on Josh Hurst. Y'all know what it is. I'm gonna have to get on this man. This man lying. This man is lying. So let's go first. Let's go to it first. Okay, what we got up first? Boom. Let's get this up for the people, right?
What you mean, bad line?
This right here was done. The sale of the Philadelphia 76. Let me make sure y'all can see that there. Boom, 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 boom. Y'all can see that. Hold on. Let's get the picture right. I want y'all to see every bit of this. This man is a liar and a cheat. That's what he is. A liar and a cheat. Sale of the Philadelphia 76ers. Josh Hurst finished. To Josh Hurst is finished, right? This ESPN.com news services. July 13th, 2011. This is a 14-year-old article, right? And when you move down here, right? Let's move down the article. This is what Josh Hurst himself said out his own mouth. He just said he was a lifelong Washington Redskins fan. He was up in RFK with Billy Kilmer and John Riggins and all of these. That's what he said, right? That's what y'all heard him say. That's what he said. Okay, so this is what he said when he bought the Philadelphia 76ers. We are honored to have the opportunity to be affiliated with this storied franchise, Hurst said in a statement. As a basketball fan who attended college in Philadelphia and with family roots here, I've always felt a strong connection to this city and the 76ers.
But that doesn't mean that he doesn't have. Yeah, go ahead.
Hold up. We have no pictures. He has no pictures ever. Show me one picture, and what we can do is Google it. Show me one picture of this man in RFK. Why we ain't see it? Show me one picture of this man anywhere with a Redskin hat on, jersey on, anything as a kid.
I got a point for y'all. Y'all want to know why he knows so much history?
Because he owned the team.
No. Who was the personnel guy, head of personnel, player personnel? Doug Williams. That's why he know all the history.
Right.
Doug Williams is the history capsule. He
That man
won the
is a
Super
liar.
Bowl here. First black man to win the Super Bowl in history.
That man is
And
a
he did
liar.
it here. So he know everything about here.
That
Y'all
man is a
crazy
liar.
if y'all believe that man.
That man is a liar. That man is a liar. He ain't been in RFK a day in his life. And if
I'm
he
gonna
had,
play
you
devil's
gotta
advocate.
show some receipts.
I'm not gonna say that.
I'm going to say that.
What I'm going to say is you're not a fan of this team. Because if you
No.
were, this name is important.
No.
This is important.
Thank you.
If you were.
Thank you.
Talking about the name for reasons I can't, for reasons you know. No, I don't. Say it. Say it out your mouth. I want to hear it. I
said
want to
everything
hear
else?
it.
You said about the park police and all this other stuff. You talked about
That-
everything else.
That's why I said that's not going to happen. That ain't going to happen. I'm gonna tell. And we get into politics too. But it's
Yeah,
heavy
we
on
do.
politics right now. We ain't even worried about that right now. They got a lot going on with them. You know, with the Trayon and Muriel and all that. Hey, guess what? She ain't gonna do nothing for you unless you're gonna line her pockets.
And
On to the next subject.
For everybody who said this man it's no possibility this man's from DC. That's what everybody said he from. No, it's right here. Right here
He's
in the
from
article.
Bethesda somewhere.
As a basketball fan who attended college in Philadelphia and who has family roots here. His family is from Philadelphia.
Well, I mean, if he grew up in Chevy Chase and his
Nah.
family up in Philly, I mean, that's not far, bro.
Where he from then?
He grew up. He's right here. Says born in Chevy Chase.
So if you move to Maryland, you from Maryland?
Maryland. You from Maryland?
No,
That's
if
where you from.
you as a Washington, as a father and mother who's Washingtonian roots.
No, they don't. They got Chevy Chase roots. That ain't Washington.
He got Philadelphia.
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna say that. Chevy Chase is Washington. It's the DC side and it's the Maryland side.
Oh, it's a Maryland side. Right.
Yeah, it's right there, right on the line. But that's very. So I doubt if you were closer to the DC line, my brother. I know you were up there by the Starbucks.
No, he
or
said I
further
was
up there.
going out.
He was up. He was up there by the base or further.
Let's take his
That's
word
not
for what he
DC.
said, though, big son.
I'm not. No, that's not DC. That's not DC. And we say that all the time. Even when people be everywhere, they talk about something. Oh, I'm from D. I'll be like, where you from? Oh, right there in Virginia. No, you're not. You're from Virginia, Holmes. You're not from DC.
Right.
He's
Here
not
it
from-
is, right here. This is what
he's
he
not from-
said out his own mouth. Let's take his own word. I have always felt a strong connection to this city.
That's
Meaning
not a bad-
Philadelphia.
That's not a bad thing, son.
How's it not a bad thing? What you talking about? He owned the Redskins. What you talking about? You want your owner of the Redskins to have a strong connection with Philly?
That don't mean that you can't have a connection to another city. Just
It do mean something when you trade them. You traded them 2 first-round picks in one
I was about
offseason.
to say it means something when you helping them people vividly, and ain't nobody saying nothing.
I mean,
They never asked him one question about trading with Philly. Come on, DC media.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that sense of it does mean something when you make that trade to Philly or you make trades to Philly. So I do agree with you in that sense. But that doesn't, like, to me, just because he has a strong connection to a city does not mean that he's the guy that's not that's going to do some Bama stuff on the back.
He already did it. He already did it when he traded Dotson over there. And
While he was talking, I
he
pulled me a
already
shot of moonshine and started sipping and started
already
letting it burn. You hear me? Because I started writing stuff down while he was talking.
Yeah. And we ain't done. We ain't done with this. Let's go on to the reviews from after this first game. We ain't done with him. Oh no, we ain't nowhere done. Near done with Josh Hurts. The mole Hurts. Holy moly. That's what his new name is. Holy moly Hurts.
Josh Hurts went to the field school, which is in basically like Georgetown area, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to misquote it. Yeah, Foxhall. It's on Foxhall. That's where all them rich people at, basically. So he lived in Chevy Chase.
How do we even know this is true? How do we know this is true? How do you know he went there? How do I know he went there?
That's what is listed as his high school.
That's what's
I'm not
listed.
saying he didn't go
That's
there.
what's listed.
I mean, like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
No,
Like,
not
I'm
even
just saying, he's just another fan. I mean,
all
another
be a
fake
lie.
owner fan.
This could all be a lie.
Oh no,
This could all be a lie.
I'm not the biggest Josh Harris fan, but there's certain things I don't think that he's capping about. If he
I think
went,
he's capping.
if he
Bro,
went,
he's capping. He's capping just like the former owner was capping, talking about he was a Washington
Well, we
fan. He
ain't got no
capping too.
pictures. Sorry, I got pictures. Me and you got pictures together with Redskin gear on Super Bowl Sunday, baby. We won
I
3
got
Super Bowls. And you
pictures.
ain't got one picture with no Redskin gear on as a kid.
I got pictures with Redskin players.
I was about,
I got pictures with Redskin players.
you know what I'm saying? I was about 5, 6 years old around that time because my birthday around the Super Bowl time. So I know, I get what you're saying. It was a good
How you
birthday.
win 3 Super Bowls and you ain't got one picture with no skins gear on?
And you a fan.
And you a fan, a lifelong fan. Come on, man. You playing with our intelligence now.
Oh no, man.
Come on now.
I'm trying to do my
You
little.
had not one picture, bro. Not one with a red, at least a hat.
I mean, look at us. Look at us.
Come on now. That's
You
unrealistic.
got the DC hat on. I got the Redskin hat on.
Redskin fans at least had at least one picture with a Redskin gear on. At least one.
No, listen, bro. I'm not denying what you're saying. I got a picture of right after Sean Teller died with the Sean Teller white jersey on. I still got the jersey to the day. Me and Weezy popping bottles. I understand that you will have pictures in Redskin gear. I got plenty of pictures with Redskin hats on and stuff like that. You know.
If you were such a fan, why you ain't bring up RG3 era? I want this to be better than the era that RG3 was in. You know, RG3 had a good run. I mean, if you're really a fan, that's the last time we really had some gloat around here.
Shots, bro.
Huh?
That'll be taking shots. That'll be taking shots at all.
No. You're the new owner. You're supposed to do it better.
Thank
You're supposed to do it better.
Bring
than the last
Snyder
regime.
back. Bring Snyder back. Snyder, come buy the team back. Snyder, come buy the team back. I want Snyder back. Yeah, I said it. I said it.
I'm gonna say.
Snyder ain't never traded nobody to the Eagles. Nobody.
No, listen, I'm gonna really say this though. The thing I liked about what Adam Peters said is I'm not trying to do nobody's job.
Snyder wasn't either.
I hired them to do their job. Snyder was all in the mix.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. Him and Bruce Allen running through the goddamn locker rooms like he the Clippers or like Sterling.
He hired Bruce Allen. He hired Bruce Allen, and he hired Mike Shanahan. He know he wasn't going to be in the mix if you hire those two guys. You know you ain't being in the mix.
He had been in the mix though so many times, bro. And that's what I'm
he
saying.
wasn't. He hired Vinny Serrato to be the mix. Them guys just didn't do a good job. Now, if you want to tell me that he hired bad people, I can really agree with you.
We got to rewind this. If you go look at that RG3 interview, right, when he said his first day in the building in Washington, he could tell that Shanahan and Snyder was beefing.
Whether they was beefing or not. Whether they were beefing or not, it's all hindsight because regardless of anything, RG3 can say anything right now. We know that Daniel Snyder hired multiple Super Bowl champions, multiple people with Super Bowl appearances. He know he's trying to relinquish his power to somebody who know what they doing. He at least tried to do it. And then once he figured out they didn't know what they was doing, then maybe he might step in and say, hey, this is my team, young. I ain't doing the thing right. But
so did Josh Harris. Josh Harris, in my opinion, he's been letting Adam Peters run the show. He's been letting Adam Peters run the show. He's been letting Dan Quinn do what as like a sidekick to Adam Peters or like a partner to Adam Peters.
That's not my point.
Do his thing. So I'm right now. We gotta judge that man on what he has done right here in Washington. And so
I'll tell you what he did do. I'll tell you what he did do. He traded off Chase Young and Montez Sweat. First big mistakes of his career around here.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Second, train with Philly in the draft.
I can agree with that.
And then third, trading Jahan to Philly.
I can agree with
Come
that.
on
Like,
now.
so you done worked
Yeah.
with them people twice already, bro,
Come on,
and it's
man.
early in your
Listen,
career.
listen, I agree with that, and I think that these are PR mistakes and PR nightmares, and that guess what? Right now, he does look skeptical. I'm not saying he don't look skeptical in certain spaces, but I will say that from what I've seen, it's not like he's put to me. That don't look like a tank team out there right
Do
now.
to
With
me.
what we did in the off season,
I mean, they don't. They
it
don't.
don't. It don't
But
look
They
like
don't.
let me ask
The
y'all. Hold up.
defense
Let me
though.
ask y'all. Y'all say he don't look like a tank team. He had Sam Howell on his roster, right? Sam Howell could be starting this year. He went to Jaden Daniels. That's fine. But let's be clear about what he did in that interview. He said this is all on Jaden Daniels. Let's be clear about what he said. And if Jaden Daniels is great, we'll be great. If he's bad, we'll be bad. That's what he said in his interview, in his own, out his own mouth. That's
I
what he
agree with
said,
that.
right? So you gonna put everything on a rookie quarterback?
I think he misquoted that. I do. I don't
No, he
think that's
didn't
all.
misquote.
Listen,
He
I
ain't
don't think
misquoted.
that. I do think that that's his belief in Jaden Daniels, which I do think is a mistake. But I think it's more or less.
So they don't play defense
That's
out there. You don't have Bobby Wagner that you just paid
my
all this money
point.
to.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm getting at. It's not. He was just pumping up Jaden Daniels, I believe, and that's why I said it's like a misquote, because I do think that you don't make all them off-season moves to get the veterans, get the coach in, get the right guy, get Adam Peters in, get all of these Ken Norton. You don't do all of that and just think Jaden Daniels is the only way that you win. He's saying that that's the most important position on the field at all times. Whether you offense, defense, except for special teams, that's the
It's
most.
not. It's not, because we've seen people with a weak position. Trent Dilfer. We've seen people with weak at that position, with backups and everything, still go to Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. So let's be clear about this. It is not defense win championships, offense win games, defense win championships. We know what this is.
How often though? Listen, how often do a bad quarterback win the Super Bowl? A bad one win, not go to win.
Trent Dilfer.
There you go.
When was
Nick
that?
Foles
How
was a
many years
backup.
ago was that?
Nick Foles was a backup.
How many?
Nick Foles was a backup. Nick Foles was a backup.
Okay. So Nick Foles, that's one person in the last 20 years, just about. I mean,
No,
15.
not one person. Like he said, Trent Dilfer, Nick Foles.
Trent Dilfer was early 2000s.
Let's go down the list. Let's go down the list. The Buccaneers won on their defense. Joe Flacco wasn't the greatest quarterback. Let's be clear about that. The Ravens won on their defense.
Who?
San Francisco, the Ravens won on their defense.
Yeah, okay. That's
And
why
because
you
my
said
boy was playing against his brother.
Hold on, talking about Flacco? You know you ain't talking about Flacco that year. No, bro.
Flacco was
Listen,
solid in the
Flacco played
playoffs.
out of-
I'm not disputing
Flacco
that.
hold
Hold
up.
up. We went not in that Super Bowl. We already went through the game.
Bruh.
Remember, they was down.
Bruh.
They was down.
I said, listen though, what I said specifically is in the playoffs. Flacco in the playoffs.
In the Super Bowl, they was down.
In the Super Bowl, but throughout the whole playoffs, Flacco was tearing them up.
No, he had one Hail Murray. He had one Hail Murray to Jacoby, whatever his name was, whatever his name was. He had one Hail Murray against the Broncos.
11. That's all I got to say. Playoffs, 11 touchdowns, no interceptions.
I'm just saying, Josh Harris, for me, that interview shows all the holy moliness that he got going on with him. It showed everything. He exposed himself. You notice what he said? We trying to compete for championship. He ain't say, yeah, you know what? This city deserve a championship, so we're gonna bring y'all that any means necessary. He said, what? Our goal is what? To compete so that I can make you money off of you guys without winning. The Eagles gonna be the one that's the championship. The same way the Cowboys in the 80s was going to the NFC championship and losing to us, and we was winning the ring. That's what he's playing.
We are going to keep it real. We are not going to misquote him here. What he specifically said was, I am not going to make predictions because I know you can't do that in sports, basically.
He full
I'm
of
not
trash.
going to make no predictions.
Forget a prediction. We talking about your goals. Forget a prediction. It ain't no prediction. It's your goals.
He said these people here deserve championship.
Yeah. I get it. I get it, bro. But I feel like this was a pretty good interview. I don't
It was
agree.
a
I don't
horrible
know about
interview,
his.
and it showed all the holy moliness.
If
He's a
if
mole.
that's how you're looking at it, what holiness did other than
He's
honestly,
a
what
mole.
holiness?
I'm
So,
trying to.
so first, I'm gonna tell you one of the first holes that I noticed, and I wrote
Okay,
it down so I wouldn't
okay,
forget it.
okay.
Stadium,
There you go.
stadium,
There you
What
go.
about the stadium?
stadium talks. When he started
What
talking
about
about
the stadium though?
stadium talks, and then after he talked,
What do you
when
think
he was
wrong about it?
rolling on about the stadiums, when he said, yes, we're having talks in different jurisdictions.
Yeah,
Not just DC. He said, but I can't comment on those.
yeah.
He said,
You gotta
but
keep
we're
your
what?
level.
Now
Yeah,
listen,
but
let
it's
me finish.
business, bruh.
Let me finish. He said, but what I'm really looking for and looking to see is when the Senate changes.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
gotta decipher when they start talking about politics. This is
Yep.
football.
That don't have
You
nothing to
in
do
bed
with us.
with somebody. That's a
Either they
clear
gonna
point
vote
right
for it or
there.
vote against.
You in
well,
bed with somebody, and I caught that immediately. Why are
well,
you
that could be.
waiting
Listen,
to
listen.
no listen?
I hear. Go
Because
ahead, because I'm trying to cut you off.
you
That's fine.
got certain people you're in their pocket already. I can see that.
Okay,
I can
I
see
can
that.
listen.
And guess
Listen,
what?
hey, Big Craig.
That's how y'all
Big,
do business. Cool.
you're
But
not.
the
Hey,
price
hey,
of
Big
doing
Sir. I'm not
business
gonna say you're
in
wrong. I'm
Washington,
not.
D.C. is a way higher cost than what you really think it is. Because if you don't line more than just the people pockets you already in bed with, you're not going to get nothing, my man.
Hey,
Nothing.
I agree. Hey,
Okay?
Big Sir, I agree. I agree. I agree 1,000,000% what you hear. I cannot agree with you more. It's that quote definitely sounds like he could potentially be in bed with somebody. Now, this is my
You got to
thing.
be.
If you know, because Congress is the one that's deciding this situation between RFK. It's not them. It's Congress. If
Not
he
only
has,
RFK, but our name and all of that.
but what I'm
Congress is
saying,
behind that too.
Congress,
Our
Congress,
name and all of
What
that.
did the congressman from
exactly,
Montana? The congressman from
Congress.
Montana said, "What? I'm gonna vote against it if you ain't get them Blackfeet, get that redskin name back." And he specifically, "Oh, we ain't bringing the redskin name back." The fact that he refuses to explore the possibilities. He talking about to unify. If you've been in any podcast, if you go on any site, anything with redskin on it, anything with commanders on it, you're gonna see a bunch of fans saying we want redskin. What the heck is he talking about? Unify? You want to unify us? Bring that name back.
I
Mhm.
agree.
You want
I
more?
agree.
You want more
I
fans in the
remember
fan, even that
we had
preseason?
this.
Bring that name back.
We had this discussion. Me and Ro had a discussion off air, and I'm explaining a little bit of what I said, explain a bit a little bit about what he said. Right. So off air, I was explaining that Josh Harris has two things to really do that he can get the fan base behind him. One thing he could do, or three things actually. One thing he can do is win. We're gonna start with winning. Winning cures everything. Winning cures all ailments as far as organizations and franchises go. Okay? He could win. If he wins, people don't like the Commanders, but they'll still support him because he's a winner. Okay? He could, too, get the stadium back in DC. Okay? Because we don't like it in Maryland. Even people in Maryland and Virginia don't like it in Maryland. You know? Everybody wants it in DC. Okay, this is where it belongs. You know, it's like you took our home away from us, right? So they took our home and then they took our name. So guess what, Josh Harris? The one thing that you will want to explore is getting our name back because you took our name, you took our home, so you took our identity. Okay? So I agree 1,000,000% when you say get that Redskin name, the one that's behind me right now, get it back. Guess what? That's what you can do if you want the fan base behind you. Go get the name back. Go get the
Name
stadium.
back,
Go get
man.
the home
If you
back.
want us all unified,
Get the emblem back too. Get the emblem back, all that. Go pay the Wessels a visit
I
because they
mean,
super official. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say
That's what that Indian
one step
is
at a
right there.
time. I'm gonna say one step at a time, and I think that if we can get the name back, then we probably won't have a problem getting the emblem and the logo back either.
Yeah. They anybody know about this situation and know the real insiders. We was putting up posts where guys was talking about what real Indians, not guys, real Indians was talking about that that's what we were. Redskins is an Indian warrior. who defended their land. It wasn't nothing racist. Y'all made it racist.
Josh Hurst
You
is
know,
terrible, man. Josh Hurst is a terrible owner, man. He's a
Hey
terrible owner.
man, I'm not gonna say that, man.
I
Right
am.
now,
he
right
is,
now,
bro. He struck. How you strike out first 3 moves? Your first 3 moves, you struck out.
Struck out.
hey Big
Struck
Son,
out.
I'm not denying that I do have issues with some of the moves he has made. I can agree with you on that. I don't like trading to the Eagles. I don't like trading draft picks to the Eagles.
It was,
So I am with you
yeah,
on that.
like,
Trading Chase Young and Montez Sweat, both of them, to me,
Both.
like trading one of them,
Both.
I said it during the season several times. Trading one of them, okay, because guess what? Maybe you can't pay both of them, maybe whatever the situation is. Trading both of them, well, that's different.
You didn't keep
yeah.
not one.
That's different. So I agree with with the guys on this. You know what I mean? I can't disagree when it's too agreeable, right? But I will say this. We got Dan Quinn now, and I know one thing. Dallas better pay Micah Parsons. Dallas better pay him. Because if they don't pay him, he will be playing him twice a year in a Redskins jersey. So if we let go of Chase Young and Montez Sweat, and we end up with Micah Parsons in a year or so, I'm not gonna be too mad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be too mad.
But the problem is,
I would.
I'm not
Hold
sure.
on.
Hold up. Let's look at this offseason.
Look, real quick. I don't want to let him off the hook of
Make?
what I had. Real quick. I want to
Go
finish
ahead.
that off. When he said jurisdiction, okay? Pay attention close to what he was saying. So, depending on who in the Senate, that's Washington. He's talking about, listen to him. Depending on who might be still in that Senate or might not be in that Senate, that's going to depend on whether we come back to Washington. Now, the jurisdiction he's talking about is where the Wizards were so-called going to be at. You get my drift?
I don't
He
think
has
Potomac.
more money. He has more money than Ted Leon's. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think Potomac Yard. I don't think that they could take that traffic. I think they reaching. And Potomac and Arlington, Virginia, I think they've been reaching, trying to get a team for a long time. They have the Arlington football team, I believe. I mean, I think that's Arlington, Texas, if I'm not mistaken. So you got the Defenders. You got teams like that they don't want. They want the big dogs. Okay? Are they going to get the big dog? No. I don't think they have a chance of getting the big dog. I'm just being
I mean, but you got to think about it. This traffic is all around them anyway. Game time.
Think about that. We
Huh?
drive, you know what I'm saying? We in vehicles, bro. Like, you got to think about it. Think about that airport. Think about how much of a nightmare it'll be during Redskin games for people trying to fly.
Mm-hmm. No, true.
I mean, that's going to affect everybody. That'll be a nightmare for them to put a stadium right there in Potomac Yard because it's too close to the airport. It's way too close. And then you got to think about there's only one street, Jefferson Davis Highway, that takes you there. Okay,
That's
one
true.
street,
That's true.
Jefferson Davis Highway.
Move
So
on.
you don't really got anything
Jefferson
over there.
Davis. You got Jefferson Davis Highway and you got George Memorial. George Washington
No,
Memorial.
where Potomac
You
Yard
do.
at.
George
The only
Washington
thing over
Yeah,
Memorial.
you do.
To
George
the
Washington
95,
Memorial, you can come right down the
to
backside.
the
Yes, you do. I do it
95,
all the time.
and that's going to
You
take
can
you to
come right
Route
down the
1.
backside. Huh?
It's going to take you to Crystal Drive.
Right, that's where, and which is
What?
going to take you to Jefferson Davis Highway. You will end up on
No,
Jefferson.
bro. No, what are y'all talking about? No. What are y'all talking about? Right when you get to the light, once you pass the airport and all that, once you get to the light, you can make a right, go back in that neighborhood and get right back on Route 1 and go right there. So
Route
that's
1
not the
is
only
Jefferson
method.
Davis Highway.
Yeah.
Route 1 is Jefferson Davis Highway.
But what I'm saying, that's not the only way you can go down that jump.
How can you? Again,
People,
it's only
people,
one other way, Big Son. Is if you go from Huntington, if you go through National Harbor and go through Huntington and come back up the opposite way. That's the only way. But either way, it's going to be Route 1.
Yeah, you
I
still
know
gonna
that's
end
what
up
I'm
on Jefferson
saying.
Davis.
George
You go the
Washington,
opposite way.
People are going to split off. They're not. Everybody's not going to come down Route 1. People like me who know the way to go, I wouldn't dare go down Route 1. I go down George Washington Memorial and then come around in the back area
You gotta think
because
about
you
it.
can
You ain't
come
gonna
around
have
on the back side.
traffic wise, bro. You gotta think about it like this. You ain't gonna have
And
no
you don't
other way.
listen.
Traffic is gonna be backed up.
The neighborhood that's back there, people are going back there anyway. That's what I'm saying. When
Bruh.
you make that turn, that neighborhood that's back there, they built the whole neighborhood, got streets. I ride back there too. You don't have to necessarily ride Jefferson Davis Highway to
Bruh.
get to what's the name. I'm
Ain't no,
telling you.
bruh. Listen to
You're
what
gonna
I'm saying.
end
They
up.
want
All I'm saying is you're gonna end up on
No, you
Jefferson
don't. No,
Highway.
bro. No, they got a
Either
whole
way.
roadway back there. They got a whole roadway back there. You don't have to even get on
talking about Crystal
Jefferson
Drive,
Davis.
bruh.
That's
Listen,
what I'm talking about. Crystal Drive, Route
you're talking
1.
about
It's
Crystal
Jefferson
Drive.
Davis Highway.
Crystal Drive runs parallel to Jefferson Davis. So you
But
got
that's
Jefferson. Listen, you got Jefferson Davis,
But that's
and you
what I'm
got
saying.
Crystal
That's not
Drive behind.
Jefferson Davis. After you get off George Washington Memorial and come around, you get on Crystal. That's not Jefferson. You don't have to take Jefferson Davis. That's all I'm
But
saying.
what I'm saying, it's the same. Basically, that's like saying,
Georgia
that's
has
like
Avenue and 16th Street.
no, that's not even that. It's closer than that. It's
14th
way
Street,
closer than that.
16th Street. Forget it.
No,
14th
that's
Street.
like 14th
No,
and
it's just like
16th.
one block over.
Right.
Like 14th and 15th.
Right.
That's the only way you can get there, and you're gonna end up. What I'm saying is, you're gonna end up on Jefferson Davis Highway because both Crystal Drive and Jefferson Davis Highway gonna be backed up.
I wouldn't go Jefferson Davis. Like I say, I'm gonna go around that traffic.
I would
I'll
go.
sit on the back end versus the front.
Yeah, I'll go National Harbor and hit 395 and come up if I would do it. And even then, the traffic is going to be horrendous.
I wouldn't even do that. If I was, what I would do, like you said, National Harbor, and talk about come back around, I wouldn't even go all the way over to National Harbor. I would go.
I mean, I would come through Southeast though. I come through Southeast and go to National Harbor. That's me. I would go through Southeast and go National Harbor, cross into Virginia and Huntington.
Now,
all the way up.
that's where they should have had the stadium at for real. That's where they should have put the stadium at, where the harbor is. Before they put all that stuff over there, that's where the stadium should have been at.
This is my thing with the stadium, though. Right now, first and foremost, he talk about a new stadium bringing them back to DC. That's a puff of smoke. No Redskin fan should ever believe anything of that nature. Like it's whack. You know why? I'm about to tell y'all why y'all don't believe not even an inkling of that. They building a Sean Taylor statue that he is approving. Where is it going to be at right now?
In front of Commander Stadium. They can move it, though.
There you go. There you go. There you go. How many? Hold up. He talk about new suites. Where? Where was the new suites at?
Out there, out in Commander's Zone.
Okay, so you gonna build it? I'm gonna tell you, gonna spend 20, 30 million building suites for a stadium you ain't gonna be in?
Am I gonna make 20 or 30 million back?
No, that ain't what I asked. Are you gonna build?
No, I'm saying that's my question. That's how I would approach it. That's how I would approach it, me personally, right? If I build, if I spend 20 million, right? Hold on. If I spend 20 million, right, and I can make 5 million back off my 20 million, and I can make all these people happy, and I can figure this out, yes. If I'm not making that back, even if I don't plan on being there, I'm making money back. It's about the return.
That ain't how it works. Ain't no return on something you built. Okay, see, remember this. If the lease is up at FedEx in 2027, right, then guess what? The lease is up. Whatever he's building now in there stays in there. He can't take it with him. Like you said about the Sean Taylor thing. Maybe he can take the statue with him, but he's never going to be able to take anything as far as suites that he built. He's not taking that with him. That stays out there.
No,
but look though,
hold on, hear me out, y'all. Hold on, hear me out. So where his words say, I want to stadium in DC, his actions say, I want to stay at FedEx. His actions say, I am staying at FedEx. His words say, I want to go back to DC. His actions say, I'm staying at FedEx.
I mean, I think his preference is DC, but if he can't get DC, then why not stay where you at?
I'm telling you, he's not even trying to get DC. DC's never going to happen.
I think he's trying to get DC.
Like Big Son said, it's never going to happen.
It's only under one condition though. That's in it. Depending on who leave or stay, is whether or not he going. If that if the stadium is here in DC, that man he was looking for stayed.
Yeah.
If it go other way, if it go any other place, it's because that person is gone. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's what he's
baby.
essentially waiting for the
Okay.
changeover.
And
And I mean, when we, oh man, I don't even want to get into that.
you
We,
good, Big Son. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. You good.
no, I had some other points. He said he is not a micromanager. He lied when he said that because you micromanage your way in to trade and chase and sweat.
Yep.
That was micromanagement
Yes, you did.
because irregardless of what,
I mean, how do you know that he did that?
they said it came from the top.
Yeah, they did. Yes, they
When
did.
the move happened, that came from the top.
Should I pull up the article? Do you want me to pull up the article? I can pull it up.
No, remember, I remember what was said. That came from the top. So he's lying about that. He said that in his eyes, he's not a micromanager in so many words when he was saying, well, I just asked them, I hire them and tell them, ask them questions to make sure I'm on it. So, when things go wrong, I know what to, like, bro, stop what you're doing. For real.
Okay, so this is my opinion. Dan Quinn, Jaden Daniels are nothing but, and even Adam Peters are nothing but scapegoats when we tank, in my opinion. And I'm predicting
I had that too. Talking about giving him more time.
At this
What do you
point,
mean?
my prediction is Redskins don't win more than 6 games this year.
I disagree.
Hey, that's me. That's what I'm predicting.
I think
and I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
tell you
win
why. Because honestly, I'm gonna tell you why. Because honestly, especially after that interview, I do not trust Josh Hurst. I think Josh Hurst is on some bull crap. He's a Philly mode, like I said. That's why he traded Dotson over there. I believe, and this is not even me saying this to try to drag Redskin fans or whatever. I'm a fan, y'all know, diehard. But at the end of the day, I've seen this. I've seen this play out too many times with that man. And when it comes to tanking, he has a tanking problem. He said it himself. I believe in bringing the best talent here. With the best talent, what you got to get the high picks. I believe that man has a problem with tanking. The NBA had to step in and tell him to stop. Do Redskin fans know he tanked so much in the NBA to where the NBA as a league had to step in and say, "Oh, if you tank again, we're gonna take the team from you."
And you know what else I have a problem what I heard. He said my focus is the 76ers
Yeah, he
and the
said that.
Commanders, right? Okay. You have another whole sports franchise, my man. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Come on, well, I got people that handle them, so I'm not that involved with them. Oh, so they just basically bring you money. That's all it is for you.
Hey, Big Son, did you notice, and even Point, did y'all notice that he referred to himself as the managing partner of the Redskins? He didn't say owner. He said, I'm the managing partner. That another thing is a PR move. So when things go left, I can say, well, I'm just the managing partner. I don't make all the decisions alone. I was just, supposed to find a GM and a coach. And like he said in the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said. He did not refer to it. Have you ever heard Daniel Snyder say, I'm a managing partner of the Redskins?
No.
Yeah, Snyder's always said, I'm the owner.
Snyder's the big dog. The big dog. I'm the owner of the Redskins. Not no managing partner. I'm not no managing partner of anything. I'm the owner of this big bad boy, big bad wolf, baby. I want an owner. I don't want no managing partner. That's me personally. Y'all can have y'all want a managing partner. Go ahead,
man. Y'all going hard tonight, man. Y'all going hard tonight, man.
I would own the baby.
Hey, y'all been drinking good. I need to join y'all, man. I need to join you. Y'all drinking good tonight.
Hey,
you don't want none of this here. This straight moonshine, straight white lightning.
Hold up.
Let's go to
the reviews. Let's go to the reviews of this new stadium, this new field, and this new this. This is what they had to say. This is the athletic lifestyle, right? They were at Commander Stadium yesterday. Commander Stadium is the wackest name in the history of names. You want to name it Commander Stadium? Go ahead. It's a whack name. You should have came up with something different. You can't even find a sponsor, my dude. You can't even find a sponsor for your stadium. Because don't everybody know you about to tank.
Hold on, man.
You can't even find a sponsor.
Man, try the best he can, man.
Let's call a spade though. The man can't even find a thing.
If this is the best he can do, I would hate to see his worst.
Thank you.
If this is the best he can do, I would hate to see his worst.
I'm just saying, man. Now the bet. Look, I'm gonna be real. Like I said,
I got a lot of. We don't even have a name on the stadium no more. Messing with this dude. At least
we didn't. No. Don't blame him. You got to blame Dan for that.
Why? Dan, hold up. They was on the stadium when Dan was there. As soon as Dan left, guess what they did? They left too.
No, they had voided their contract.
Dan left.
They voided their contract, bro.
Why did they do that under Josh Hurts? They voided their contract.
No, they did it during Dan. They did it during Dan Snyder.
I disagree.
Bro, what do you mean, bro?
Hey, hold up. The name of the stadium last year was what? FedEx Field, right?
No, listen. They had a contract, so they couldn't just leave the jump. But they voided it during the Dan Snyder tenure when he didn't change the name.
Do you remember the lawyers told them they couldn't do that?
Thank you.
Right, so they didn't.
Remember the lawyers told them they couldn't do that?
Right, that's what I'm saying. So the contract was never renewed. They never renewed the contract. The contract was up. What do you want him to do?
They had to leave it up there until it was over.
Leave it up there through that season, and once the season was done, we told y'all what we told y'all.
Hold up, no.
It should have been Amazon. It should have been Amazon Field. It should have been Amazon Field.
Let's pull it up. You already know what we do here in the nation. Let's pull it up.
Yeah.
Let's pull it up. And it wasn't during the Snyder era. It was during the Hurts era. It was doing hers. This is all on hers. This ain't Snyder. Snyder gone. Snyder gone. Hers ain't. This is her show. Is this not her show? Didn't he say it was his show? He said, I'm the managing partner. I'm the managing partner. That's what he said. You the managing partner.
You know, I'm going to look up the article. I'm going to find the article myself and send it to you.
It say right here. Okay. Can y'all see? FedEx ends naming rights deal for Commander Stadium. Right here. February 28, 2024. You got a point there. It would that, but Snyder was still the owner. You're right. But it says the agreement was set to expire 2026. The move deprives the Commanders of roughly 15 million remaining revenue from the deal, right? Boom. Okay, we got all. February 28, 2024 was when Snyder had already said he was selling the team. So soon as Snyder said I'm selling the team, guess what? They was out of there.
But that's not Josh Harris's fault.
Why it ain't? He couldn't convince him to stay. He couldn't renew the contract. He didn't convince him to stay. He couldn't renew the contract. They refused to do business with Dan Snyder. I mean, with Josh Hurts. Am I lying?
They voided the contract during the Snyder era, bro.
Whether they voided it during the Snyder era or not, Josh Hurts could not convince them to stay when he did get the team.
Man, you want to beg, baby, please, and make them stay? No,
hey,
got no choice.
But look though, to Rose's point, we ain't got no sponsor.
We don't got no sponsor.
That's all it boils down to.
Nobody else. You couldn't get nobody else.
I agree with that. I agree with finding somebody else. But I mean, we got Nats Stadium. Nats ain't got no. It ain't no Audi field.
They don't do that. They don't do that in baseball.
Fenwick Park. What are you talking about?
Fenwick? Who's Fenwick?
I don't know who Fenwick is.
It's probably the area up there, Fenwick.
That's the area. You hit it right on the head, big son.
I think so.
Camden Yards. Who the hell is Camden? Who is Camden?
It's Camden Park. Camden Park right there. Camden Park right there.
We might be disrespecting somebody, man. I don't know. I ain't with you.
Nah, Camden Park right there though, for sure.
Right, but I'm saying it's not a sponsor. Is what I'm saying. Not, baseball don't do that. Baseball don't do that. Now, even the lowly Wizards have a sponsor.
Bruh, no, bruh, that's not the
Capital
same.
One Arena. Is it not
Not-
named Capital One Arena?
Yes, it is. It is.
They have a
And
sponsor.
they are, and Wizards, as bad as they have been, they always get sponsored.
Hey, they find a way. They got
They've
MCI,
been MCI
Verizon,
set up,
Capital One.
the phone booth.
Thank you.
All right,
They
look,
found a
I'm
way to
just
keep the
saying,
face up in the
this is
fold.
my opinion. My opinion. They voided it during the Snyder era. He did not find a sponsor, so I do agree with y'all. He could have found the sponsor, but maybe he like F the sponsor.
No, ain't nobody willing to deal with him because they know he tanking. They know he tanking.
Maybe that's the truth, but maybe he just said F the sponsor in general. I don't know that.
Now, for one, his reviews as an owner are not good, but we're going to go to here. This is the reviews from yesterday. It's August 25th, 2024. So this is yesterday. Right here, this is the headline. Washington Commanders stadium beer prices will make you say, I'll just have a water.
That's terrible.
That's the review right there.
I mean, I've been there. I think the beer, like, if I can remember.
No, that was yesterday. That was yesterday.
No, when I went there, like, what? Did I go? No, I don't think last season, but I think I went the year before last. But I think the beer was like $15.
But yesterday they said
I don't drink beer at the games. I get liquor.
I think
I ain't
it
going
was
home.
like
And I know
$15.
I'm gonna pay top dollar.
But they
Yeah.
said, hold
Hold
up. And not even just
Hold
that.
on, hold on. I don't think I think I might be loafing a little bit.
A lot of Redskin fans came back in the groups. The Nature Sports Network is
I think it was like $20.
Y'all know this.
Man, I'm gonna be real.
Everybody,
liquor,
hold on.
bro.
Let me
I don't
break
even
this
know
down
what
to
the
the
beer
fans.
prices is, bro. I don't know. I get liquor. If I go to the stadium, I'm getting liquor.
So how much was your liquor?
I don't know because I always get liquor and then I get tenders and fries. So I mean, it was like 30 something. I think probably 40.
So
like 40 something. Like 40 something.
Yeah,
like
I'm
that.
about to say more like 40 something because the drink, if you got a drink, them drinks be like 25.
So let's break this down.
It was around that. It was around that, but it was like between a dub and 25. Yeah, it was around
But
there.
that's not even the point. Let's break this down.
And I think the wings and stuff was like 17, some shit like that.
Let's break this down. That ain't even the point.
Oh,
But let's break this down. Let's hear me out. Let's break this down. The Nature Sports Network is a part of about 40 or 50 different Redskin groups across different social media platforms, a bunch of them. And this was a unanimous thing, even from fans who had been going there for a long time, that the prices were way too high. This just wasn't this article. This article was shown because of the reaction of the fans yesterday. Let's be clear about that. This article did not pop up on our show for no reason. It popped up on our show because the fans complained about it. And then we went and found an article which someone else complained about it too, which was the people writing this article. That's let's go to it. That's the athletic lifestyle. They also felt like it was way overpriced.
Okay. I ain't never been happy paying for stuff. I don't care. Like if I go to the movies, that's overpriced. If I go this place, that's overpriced. I don't care, man. If I'm there, I'm gonna spend. It is what it is.
But look though, and in real sense, back in 2004, 2005, when I was going to games and all of that, beers was like $16 back then. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about the change in times and all of that stuff. And I think a beer was like $18.50 or 19, something like it might have been $18.50 because I know the drinks was like $26, $25. You know what I'm saying? So it might have been that. And if y'all think that's too much for a beer, get trusted before you come. Or don't go ahead.
No, I'm not going to. No. We're not going to do that.
Nah, for real, bro, because
with the
back in 2000, we talking 20 years, bro. 20 years. Beers was $15, $16 back then.
We don't know what they are now. That's the first.
It should be way more than some $18.
So are you telling me $28 ain't too much for a beer?
I don't think they paid no $28.
I'm just saying, what if they did?
They probably paid $28 for a drink.
What if they did?
Hey,
that's not too high.
No,
that's too high to me.
You're at a stadium, at the Nat Stadium. Them drinks like $27, $28.
No, I didn't pay that. Last time I've been in that stadium, no, I
Well,
didn't pay
hey,
that.
I'm not going.
I paid $15 for a
I'm not going.
huge and I drink liquor.
But
I
guess
drink
what,
liquor.
bro? Guess what, bro?
It was
I'm
for a
not gonna
huge.
shine on them people and what they do because them drinks don't cost no $15. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I'm saying
I know
no.
somebody.
Last time I was in National Stadium, it was the year they won the championship. Was in 2019. Which you're right, it was 4 years ago before the pandemic. I'm not going to dispute that. It was right before the pandemic. I have pictures, I can post them, of me in national stadiums with my huge beer. I mean, my huge liquor. I drink liquor. It was $15.
We went to the we went to the what's the name that year? We
Yeah,
went to the
can I ask you something? Can I ask you something?
We went.
Did you
You
pay
remember?
Listen. Did you pay cash or card?
Remember
Cash or card, bro? Cash or card?
It was probably cash.
Guess what? You just paid for them a J and a pack of cigarettes. Cause it don't cost that much. I'm gonna tell you, I know people who work there. It did not cost that much. It
Back
costs
then, yes,
more.
it did.
It
Yes,
costs
did.
more. It
No,
costs more.
Point. Am I lying?
Huh? Bro,
I can't. I'm not gonna lie.
I can't speak. I can't really speak
Hey, big son.
to things. I can't. Big son just gonna be quiet. I'm gonna just say that.
Hey,
You know, big son no shade.
I'm gonna find
Big son
my
no
receipt.
shade.
Hey,
Big
y'all
son
see
no
it?
shade.
We
That's
are
where I'm gonna
live
go with it.
here on the Nature Sports Podcast. ETA Rowe gonna bring his receipt. I'm gonna go find my receipt from 2019,
the
and I'm
only
bringing it
receipt I
in.
got is a picture, bro, because I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie.
I can
to you.
find my
2019,
receipt.
and I was lit that night.
Fellas, I worked at that stadium. I know people who still work at that stadium still to this day. Trust me. You paid for a pack of cigarettes and somebody nickel bag back then.
Maybe, but I'm gonna say
Okay?
this.
Just believe me, bro. I'm telling you, big son, no shade. Believe me.
Hey, big son.
Whether
I got
they
my
was
drink, so I don't care what you give me money.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Whether they
You
was
ain't-
cheating or not, guess
you-
what?
you-
Josh
I'm gonna
Hurst?
tell you. I'm gonna
Guess
tell you
what,
like
Josh
this.
Hurst?
Yeah.
They ain't cheating in your stadium because them people pay high prices for them drink and they
Oh,
complaining. So
he better be careful too. He better be careful too, because some people don't like him. You might got some diehard fans working up in that thing. Yeah, he traded my folks. Oh yeah, that's how he feel. I'm about to
Don't let it
trade
be
the
the hot
pocket.
doctor cousin. Don't let it be. Don't
You
let it
know,
be chasing. Don't let it be
I'm
I'm
chasing
just
the
saying.
cousin.
I'm just saying.
But how many? Okay, let me ask y'all this: how many times have we heard complaints this early in the season regarding prices of concessions?
You hearing that everywhere though.
Let's
You are
see.
hearing that everywhere. Everywhere. People are
see.
complaining about prices everywhere because
Let's
the
see.
economy. I'm gonna tell you why. The economy has not paid people what they are charging people. You see what I'm saying? The economy, the pay has stayed the same, but everything has went up. So people are going to complain like, man, I just paid all this money for this ticket. Now I got to spend all this money to eat too and all that. Like, yeah, people are going to complain.
I
You know
disagree.
what I'm saying?
I disagree.
The games is not for the 99% anymore.
Okay, hold up. Hold up. I'm about to Google Atlanta Falcons concession prices. That I was in Atlanta for a couple months. I particularly know they ain't charging a lot for nothing. Why? I'm about to pull this up. Hold on. Y'all don't say nothing. Don't say
But that's down south though, bro. That is down south.
Hold up, big son. Let me share this first and then say what you got to say after that. I just want to share. I ain't going to even say nothing. I'm just going to share it. I ain't going to even say nothing, big son. Give me a second. Give me one quick second. Oh, boom. Oh, why Atlanta Falcons hot dogs for the game cost just $2? So you say everybody charging what?
What game?
Hey, it's right here. This is
Bro, that's 2023, bro.
It don't matter when it was.
No, they talking about this season. It do matter. They talking about this season. That's 2023, bro. That don't even matter.
Hold on.
No.
But with concessions still costing $12 for a light beer, it's right here. How are the Atlanta Falcons? Oh, it's all on Reddit. How are the Atlanta
Oh,
Falcons able to push super cheap compression prices compared to other stadiums?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because Kanye West paid their stadium off when he rented it out. That's why. They ain't gotta charge people all that money.
No,
That's why.
no,
Yeah, you remember that? You remember the Dollar Jump? How much money he made them people?
Let's not do that. I just came
Let's
from
do it.
Atlanta.
Let's do it. Let's
I
do
just
it.
came
That
from
stadium is
Atlanta.
paid off.
I don't know.
The stadium is paid off.
No.
Come on,
Arthur
bro.
Blank
Stop
is
what
the
you're doing.
reason why.
Stop what you're
Arthur
doing,
Blank.
bro. Stop what you're
Arthur
doing,
Blank
bro.
is the reason why.
Hold on, nah, bro, hold on. That is the cheapest in the whole NFL.
I can't speak for nobody else because I
No,
haven't.
no other stadium got rented out and the artist paid them all that money. No other stadium, bro. That's why they can do that.
They said why is Atlanta's cheaper than everybody else's? So what is everybody else's? Instead of us trying to say we should go with the cheapest.
Hold up. Let's
What's the
$2.
average?
Hold up, $2 hot dogs and popcorn, refillable
Bro, I
sodas,
don't
$3
care about
waffle
Atlanta because
fries.
it's the cheapest. It's the cheapest one. We gotta go by average, bro. We gotta go by average.
I'm
You
just
can't go
saying.
by the
Oh
cheapest one.
no.
Bro, I'm just
Y'all
saying
say
why they
all
can
was
do
like
that. That's why they can do
that.
that.
All was not. I know that
Because
Atlanta.
Arthur Blank is a smart owner.
Atlanta, though, we're saying specifically some place in the South where the minimum wage ain't that high.
Okay, let's go to the stadium.
So what I'm saying is that we got to go by the average of the stadiums throughout the whole country. We can't just look at one place. There's 30 plus teams, bro. 32 teams, bro. We gotta go. We can't look at one team and then look at our and then say we messed up. No, that's 30 more teams, bro, that we should be looking at if that's the case. We should be looking at the average. What is the average beer price at an NFL game? What is the average hot dog at an NFL game? That's what we should be looking at. So if it's high in DC, it may be really high in New York. It might be super high in Cali. It might be super cheap in Tennessee, though.
We are making a lot of excuses for Josh.
That's not an excuse,
I'm
bro.
not
That's
making an
fair.
excuse.
Use the average, bro. That's fair, bro. That's what that is. That's fair.
I don't see no other complaints but us.
Oh,
I just
man,
I'm
looking right now. It says Commander Stadium drink prices leak. Bring your wallet. 11 hours ago, a large domestic beer is $16.49. Okay, so I might have been wrong. I was probably paying $12 back then. So you're paying $16.49 for a large domestic beer, and you're crying. Get out of here. Get out of here, bro.
No, I think they
Get
right.
out of here.
It's way higher
Get
than
out of here.
everyone else.
So what I said was right. I paid $15 for a canned beer. They're paying $1.49 for like 4 more ounces of beer.
Let's see what
What are they crying about, bro? What are they crying about, bro?
What they was paying last year.
Probably 15. Probably 15, like I said at first. I went the year before last. I was paying 15.
Hold up. The Green Bay Packers charged $9.50 for a beer.
And guess what? The Green Bay Packers is the only team in the stadium that the players own the team. The only team. Only team in the league. No, I'm just saying, bro. That's why they can do. I'm telling you why certain people can do these things. It's the reason.
No.
You can't just sit up there
I think Josh Hurst is a money
hold
mole.
on, Ro. Hold on, Ro. Okay, we was ranked number 24 for concessions when it says 2022. We were ranked number 24.
That was Snyder error. We ain't talking about Snyder.
Snyder error. So listen to what I'm saying. So if we was ranked number 24 at the time that Josh Hurst bought the team,
that's why I want Snyder.
How much is he supposed to be making it cheaper? Is he supposed to be going up from 24 to number 1?
The cheapest beer in the NFL is the New York Giants, $5.
No, Atlanta. I'm looking at it right now. Atlanta in 2022. Now this wasn't last year.
Bro.
I'm looking at
The article I'm looking at is hold on, let's see. Yeah.
The New York Giants split a stadium with the New York Jets. Did we forget about that?
They together. They 1 and 2. They 1 and 2. Detroit is 3.
They split a stadium.
Falcons, you're right, though, Leo. Point, you right. The Falcons is 5.
Bro,
Houston, Texas. Y'all see the list right here. It's on the screen.
In 2022, bro, the concession, the price of a small beer in the New York Giants Stadium was $11. The price of a hot dog was $16, bro.
They went down though. For whatever reason, Josh Hurst went up.
So what I'm saying is, bro, that's going to happen a little bit, bro. But we were 24th. It's not like we was
Under Daniel Snyder. How y'all giving Josh Hurst credit for Daniel Snyder?
Hold on. Look what I
What number
found.
are we now?
Look what I found. Look what I found.
What?
Look what I found, and I'm gonna read it off to y'all. Okay, and see they got part of it covered up with that sign right there. Okay, so it says a seltzer lemonade. That's liquor. Vodka seltzer lemonade, 18.49. Y'all mad at that? That's a whole drink.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not mad at that.
$20.
Premium.
That's what we pay in the club in DC.
I'm about to say you pay more than that in the club for
DC. We ain't talking about DC. We talk about across the league compared to other teams.
Right, and that's what
Premium.
I'm saying.
It is a terrible price compared to other teams.
Premium.
It's way overpriced.
Premium beer.
Okay, so y'all thinking okay. So let's look at Josh Hurst in the NBA. If the fans complain in the NBA too, let's see if they complain in the Philadelphia Stadium for the 76ers.
Bruh,
let's see if they complaining for the New Jersey Devils, the other team he owns.
That's not even fair, bro. Philly complain.
How's that not even fair?
Bro,
How?
what don't Philly complain about?
Philly don't complain about the Eagles and him trading to the Eagles. Him trading doctors to the Eagles. They ain't complaining about that.
Philly complained about Allen Iverson.
They ain't complaining. They did not complain about him trading
about. Philly's probably complaining about Dr. J.
Did they complain about him?
So look. It say let's just start now. Alcoholic beverages, Gatorade, $8. Bottled soda, $7. You pay that at what's the name? At the Wizards game. And if it ain't 7, it's $6.50. $6 for a bottle of water. You pay that at the movies. These prices were seen.
You are comparing it to other things.
Exuberant. But the stadium is way more extravagant than a movie theater.
Don't matter whether it's extravagant or not.
You got way more people in there, and you still only charging $6.
Right.
Like, why are people mad?
They
a large domestic beer, $16.49. $16 ounce. Like I said, you're paying $1.49 for 4 more ounces of beer. Like these people are ridiculous, bro. You can't please nobody.
Yeah, me personally, I don't like the prices of it.
I drink beer, so I know how much 4 more ounces can have.
Let's see what the fans got to say. Let's see what other fans got to say about Josh Hurst and his concession prices. I'm just saying. I don't see, and again, we're gonna read them just straight out how they go. I'm not trying to dog the man, but right here it says these are the hold up. Never forget Josh Hurst anti-blue collar, anti-Philly vision for the new Philadelphia. That's what he said. This was 4 months ago, right? So this is the end of this year, 2024. Here it goes. MJD 1977 said what? Tone deaf. Your investment has appreciated handsomely. Just sell and concentrate on the devils and commies. That's what they call us, the commies.
So you know they hate us, so you already know they talking
shit. Hold on, he sucks bad. This is what they saying about Josh Hurst. He sucks bad. This guy, 3 mediocre, soulless teams from 3 different areas just for profit. He has no clue on how to build a winning organization. That's what they said in Philly. He done owned the team for 10 plus years.
Bruh.
Josh Hurst is a prime example of what happened.
Hold on. Like I like to say all the time, he put them people in a position to be in the playoffs consistently. Is it his fault that they can't make it past a couple rounds? Is it his fault? It's the players.
Honestly, he never built that team to win. He never built that team to win. He never did. He built that team to make the playoffs and get exited the first round like they do every year. That's
so he went and got hard and to get exited.
That's not his fault, bro. That is not his
fault. He
got
hard and get exited.
Bro, I never would have signed Hard. No offense to Hard. I never would have signed him to that team. No. What they had, Maxey was just as good as Hard. Maxey proved that this year.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not saying nothing wrong with Maxey because I think Maxey a baller, man. That's one of my favorite players, and he was winning me some prop bets. So I respect Maxey a whole lot. What I'm saying is that in my opinion, if you build a team good enough to go to the playoffs, if they win in the playoffs or if they lose in the playoffs, that ain't your fault. That's
It
them
is.
players' fault.
It is.
That,
It is.
bruh, no,
When you
bruh,
lose
no,
every
bruh,
year
no,
the
bruh.
If
same
you
way,
if you hired a,
you lost 10 straight years in the same round, yes, that's your fault.
If you've made changes, then no, it's not,
What
bruh.
changes has he made?
All right, so you got to think about he had different eras. So let's say the Joel Embiid era. Then he went and got Ben Simmons. We thought Ben Simmons was gonna be all right. That's not his fault. Ben
He
Simmons
let
is
Jimmy
not
Butler
Josh
walk.
Harris's
He
fault.
let Jimmy Butler walk. He let Jimmy Butler
He
walk.
did but that wasn't him. That's the GM. You
No,
gotta
that was
take
him.
bruh.
He's an owner. You gotta take some accountability at some point.
Yeah, but you can't take all of the accountability.
Jimmy Butler, 2 seasons later, they were in the NBA Finals with the Miami Heat with a whole nother team. That was half the team he had.
and what did Jimmy do?
They're starting
What did
shooting
Jimmy
guard.
do in the
They made
finals?
NBA Finals.
What did Jimmy do in the finals?
They got lost. They
He
lost.
went missing.
That's
He
further
went
than
missing.
what the 76ers went.
He still went missing regardless. He went missing in the
He
finals. He got
ousted
all
the
the way there and went missing.
76ers never had a chance to do any of that.
I agree with that. But what I'm saying is that's not that man's fault, bro. You can't blame him for everything
Whose
that
fault
happened
is
in the
it?
organization.
Whose fault is it? It ain't the buck don't stop with the owner. That's what you're telling me now?
Bruh, what do you mean, bruh?
Do
Like
the
if
buck stop with the owner?
you act like this team was a bad team. They had a good
Do the
roster,
buck
bruh.
stop with the owner?
Sometimes, not all the
Y'all
time.
blaming Snyder for everything. How y'all ain't gonna blame hers for the 76ers?
I didn't blame Snyder for everything.
We blame coaches and everything. Snyder wasn't the only one to blame.
I have never blamed Snyder for RG3, not one time. So I don't blame Snyder for everything. That's just the first thing I can think of. I blame Bruce Allen a lot more than I blame Snyder for the demise of the Redskins of late. I blame Bruce Allen a lot more than Snyder. I don't blame.
I blame
Snyder.
Kirk Cousins.
I blame the people that I believe that when I see them
Raggedy
articles,
ass Kirk.
when I Kirk, I blame Bruce Allen for Kirk. I mean, Bruce Allen. That was Kirk. Kirk was Bruce Allen.
Yeah.
I blame him. Yes, you can't blame Snyder for everything, but you can blame Snyder for certain things.
I'm a Snyder
what I
fan.
mean?
I think Snyder, we
could
need to
blame-
bring Snyder back.
You
I
could
want
blame.
to bring
Listen
Snyder
though, you
back
could
to trade.
blame. No, bro, you are tripping, bro. You are tripping.
I'm sorry. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
man, hey, he been drinking that corn.
Hey,
with
no,
you, Big Son.
no. Big Son, let's be clear about this. Who had a better offense, Eric Bieniemy or Scott Turner? I like Scott Turner's better.
Man, let's see the offense this year. Dan
Bro,
Snyder had 20 years to put together a really high-powered
if
offense. He never did.
No, he did do it one time. He did.
if we want to say numbers wise,
Brad Johnson
if
had
we
number 2 offense in the league with Brad.
if
Brad
we want
Johnson. The only team that had a better offense than them that year was the Minnesota Vikings, the '98 Vikings, Randy Moss rookie season. Other than that, they had the number 2 offense in the league. Brad Johnson.
Okay. 1 out of 25.
Hey,
or 2.
he didn't have
Let's say 2.
He bought the team in 2000. He let it go in 2003. 23 years.
All right, 23 years.
I mean,
In 23 years,
all right,
23 years, we got 2 offenses we
Look.
could say something about.
Didn't we have
No, bro.
Didn't we have another clip to look at?
Yeah.
Who else we got on
Adam
board?
Peters.
Adam Peters. Let's see. I'll pull it up. I'm just saying that was a terrible interview to me. Josh Harris is a mole for the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm gonna openly say he's a mole.
Disagree.
I think at this point he's proven to be a mole. I've not just said it down. And for y'all know, I said it from day one. The reason that I didn't want him was his ties to Philly, and guess who we keep trading with?
I agree with that. I say you called that. You called good money on. You didn't like the ties to Philly.
That's all I'm saying. I have not changed my stance. I said, and not only that, I called the tank.
Yeah. Now that I see it, we was taking. I think we was taking for Caleb, and we ended up taking for Jaden, basically. But you see how well that worked out for Miami, right?
No, it hasn't. What have they won?
They haven't won anything.
They're starting to win. They're starting to win.
They got out the playoffs.
It's working.
They got ousted in the first round of the playoffs.
But bro, when have they even been to the playoffs before that?
They was in the playoffs a couple times.
Nah, they ain't been in the playoffs since 13 and them.
But that wasn't that
Bro,
long.
how long ago was that? Not Junior. I'm talking about his father.
Who?
The Dolphins. The Dolphins. How long has it been since they've been in the playoffs?
Yeah,
Playoffs?
Years.
You hear me? That was with Surtain Senior.
Yeah, it was years.
No, they made the playoffs in 2020 with Brian Flores. They was 10-6.
Okay.
No, this what we talking about. They just started going.
Yeah.
From the tank. From the tanking. Bro, when the year that they tanked, that was back then.
What
you talking about?
year is Tua in? What year is Tua in?
All right,
That's
hold
how
on. They own them. We're gonna start with their finishes. They finished second in 2022. That was the Tua. Hold on, let me see when Tua was drafted.
Yeah, you gotta see when Tua was drafted. That's how you can tell. Tanking for Tua. We don't remember that?
They tanked a couple of years though.
Yeah. Nah, but the year that they really tanked was for Tua. I remember that was the headline, tanking for Tua.
2020.
So the year that Tua got drafted, 2020, meaning they went to the playoffs when Tua got
It was
drafted.
5-11, 2019. When Tua came, it was 10-6, I believe.
My point, tanking for
Exactly,
Tua,
bro.
and that's how they got to the playoffs. When did they go before that?
Before that, they had been in 2016. Lost in the wild card where Adam Gates was the coach.
Who? That's Surtain in them though, right?
Possibly. But that was only 3 years before. So you got 2016, they made the playoffs. 2017, they was 6-10. 2018, they was 7-9. 2019, they was 5-11. Then they made the playoffs again. 2020. 3 years. 3-year guy.
Yeah, because they tanked for Tua on that last year.
Y'all said they hadn't been to the playoffs.
I said in years.
No.
That was years. 3
We
years.
said they started going to the playoffs after they tanked. That's what we were saying.
And guess what? Before they tanked, they lost the wild card. Hold on. Hear me out. Before they tanked, they lost the wild card, right? After they tanked, they lost the wild card. What is the difference?
They got to the wild card. You said they lost the wild card.
Before they tanked, they lost the wild card with Adam Gates as the coach.
But the difference, listen, Ro. The difference is they wasn't even going to the wild card.
They went to the wild card because they lost they lost.
Hold on. How many times have Tua been to the playoffs?
Once.
Twice. 2020 and last year.
No, 2020. No,
Yeah.
they didn't make the. They was 10-6. They didn't even make the playoffs. They was 10-6 though.
Okay.
The record was way better.
That was the best record they had. They lost to the playoffs, though. I'm saying they lost. They've never been out of the wild card. Before Tua, after Tua, they still haven't been out of the wild card. This is a Josh Hurst situation.
Have Tua, hold on. Have they been making it to the playoffs every year, though? Not every single year, but more consistently than every 3 years since Tua been there? Obviously, because he went in 2020, he went in 2023, 2024.
2022 and 2024 is when they made the playoffs.
Yeah, and he got
So
hurt.
that's every 2 years instead of every 3 years. It's a difference.
That's the same thing with Philly. Hold on.
Listen, though.
They make the playoffs.
Hold on.
They still go out the same round. They never get any further.
That's not the owner's fault, though. You can't
It is
blame
the owner's
the owner
fault.
for that.
How?
It's the players on the field and the coach coaching the game.
In 1986, the year you was born, the Redskins went to the NFC Championship. Lost the NFC Championship to the Giants 17-0. Excuse me, in their own building. Lost to the Giants 17-0. Jay Schrader was the quarterback. Jay Schrader had a horrible game in that Giants game. The next year, they signed Doug Williams for $500,000 to sit on the bench until playoff time came. And when playoff time came, they put Doug Williams in. He runs the table. Owner can affect that. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
It's it's a two-way street though, like you say. The owner can affect that, and so you're essentially saying if they lose, it's the owner fault. If they win, it's the owner fault.
There you go. There you go.
No, I don't believe so. I don't believe so.
Okay, well, why you think the
Don't
same?
believe so.
Why you think the same owners always win championships? Same owners. We ain't got too many different owners winning championships. 9 out of 10, same owners. Same owners. Why? They're good at what they
Not
do.
only the same owners win the championship, bro. Everybody
They
got their
have
time.
good coaches.
Hey, how many rings the Chiefs got? Who's the champion? Who's the Super Bowl champions
And
right
who
now?
was the coach though, bruh? You forgetting about the coach?
And
the coach ain't coaching. The players ain't playing.
Guess
The
what?
coach
So you
ain't
saying
coaching,
the
and the
Chiefs didn't
players
hire the
ain't
right
playing.
coach? So the Chiefs didn't hire the right coach?
Yeah.
Who hired the coach?
The GM. Who hired the GM?
Yeah, exactly. The GM hired him.
Who hired the GM?
He's hired by the owner, but the GM still has to do his job.
I'm not
And the coach has to do his job, and the
Yes.
players have to do their job.
I'm not
The owner is
disputing
not
that.
on the field. The
So when they
owner is
don't-
not on the field, bruh.
So when they don't, who do you blame? Who hired them?
No,
It's
when
the
they
time
don't,
for
when
that
they
coach
don't,
to
they get
go.
fired.
Thank
When they
you.
don't do
That's how it
good, when they
goes.
don't do good, they get fired.
That's how
And then
that
they get a
goes.
new coach.
But who makes the decision ultimately on hiring the GM?
The owner.
I just told you the owner.
Right. So
That's
hold on. Hold on.
So the buck stops right there.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
No, it
Now,
don't. It don't stop right there. You got a whole
the
lot more
job
work
of
to
the
do than just
owner.
hiring a GM.
Hold on, Big Son. I got you. Here we go. The job of the owner is to do what? Hire the GM. The job of the GM is to do what? Hire the coach. The job of the coach is to do what? Coach the players. So if the players don't go out there and perform, how do you jump from past the GM and the coach and go straight to the owner?
The owner didn't hire the right people.
Bruh. That don't mean he didn't hire the right people to win a championship. If they're better, if they're good, if they're doing great, that don't mean that he hired the wrong people. You can't get an Andy Reid every year. You know what I mean?
Why can't you?
Because there's no Andy Reid available every year.
Because Andy Reid is Andy Reid, and ain't no other Andy Reid.
San Francisco 49ers.
Right. Now,
Found a way.
listen, you got an argument, bro. This where your argument will be. You got a valid argument if Bill Belichick comes back and coaches and wins a Super Bowl, because then you could say you hired the wrong guy. But if no coach that wins the Super Bowl from this coaching tree right here, this year, if none of them win the Super Bowl, you can't really blame the owner.
You
can't go steal a coach. No, you can't. You can't go steal a coach.
You don't have to steal a coach. You just hire the right person. We passed up the enemy. We passed up the enemy for coach.
Andy Reid.
Brian Johnson didn't even want to work with us at all.
Andy Reid.
Mike McDonald. Hold on. Hear me out. Mike McDonald. We didn't interview Bill Belichick. We didn't interview John Harbaugh. We didn't interview a whole bunch of people. We
didn't get a chance to interview John Harbaugh.
Why we didn't get a chance to? We had a chance.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. When he went out to San Diego, he signed with them immediately.
Yeah, he signed with them immediately. We didn't get a chance.
We didn't even ask for an interview.
How do you know we didn't? How do you know we didn't? We could have asked for an interview. And to be honest, listen though, and to be honest, at that point in time, you got to think we barely even had a GM. We didn't even have anybody because we got rid of the last regime like a good owner would have done anyway. No, bro, that's what you mean. That's not an excuse, bro. Think about it. Think about it like this. This is the off season, right? Now, I've been waiting all year to get rid of Ron Rivera. I could have fired him in the middle of the year, but guess what? I had fired the guy. I let Ron Rivera run the ship so he could run himself into the ground, and nobody got anything to say about when I fired his ass, basically. You know what I'm saying? Let you go ahead and run your shit into the ground the way you're supposed to. I would not have allowed the trades of Sweat and Young. I would have only traded one of them. I probably would have traded, I hate to say it, I probably would have traded Young because I think Sweat, he's just been a little
I
bit
wouldn't
more
have traded neither one of them. I wouldn't trade neither one of them.
I'm not. I wouldn't have paid.
Because
I wouldn't.
no,
I
no,
wouldn't.
think of
I
it.
wouldn't have paid both of them. I wouldn't have paid
Think
both of them 50 million. I'm not gonna lie.
you wasn't going to have to pay both of them 50 million. Do you see the
No,
contract they just got?
but it would have been together 50, close to 50 million.
No, bro. What's the name? It was 18 and Chase is what, 13?
No, Montez Sweat got 24.
Okay, right
No,
here.
he didn't.
And
Right
Chase
here.
Young
Jim
got
Harbaugh
13,
rumors.
but Chase Young
Don't
only got
discount
13
Commanders.
because
Hold on, hear me
what's
out.
the name
Jim
on
Harbaugh rumors. Don't discount Commanders, right? Washington Commanders showing significant interest in Jim Harbaugh. This January 7th, 2024. It never happened. They never interviewed him. Not once. They had an opportunity. They never
That
did
don't
it.
mean he had an opportunity, bro. That means he interviewed the first interview he went with. Everybody know that the first interview he went with
That's
LA.
just like
That was his
that's just
preference.
like Quinn had
He
other
went with Justin
interviews he
Herbert.
never got to.
He went with Justin Herbert, bro. Come on, we all know that.
Again, it says right here, according to Tony Pauline, the Commanders are showing significant interest in Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh.
When
So,
did Harbaugh get signed? When did Harbaugh sign with the
okay,
Chargers?
now, since I want to say that, I got a quick question. Who did Snyder go after that he didn't get?
All I'm saying though, bro, when did he sign?
Bring back Daniel Snyder, because obviously he can get people that Josh Hurst can't get.
Oh my God, bro. You ain't letting up on this tonight.
I'm just saying.
You are not letting up on this tonight, huh? You and Josh
When have
Hurst.
y'all heard of Daniel Snyder wanting to play?
Josh Hurst next night, nigga.
When have y'all heard of Daniel Snyder wanting a player or a coach and not getting him? Did Deshaun Jackson come to Washington? Didn't we want him?
Because of RG3. Because of RG3.
Did he? Snyder even bought Joe Gibbs
No,
out
I'm
the
okay.
grave. He bought Joe Gibbs back. Bought Joe Gibbs out the grave.
Bruh.
Not,
You are
did
wild,
not.
bruh. You are
He don't
wild.
get no credit for bringing Joe Gibbs back. He don't get no credit. Whatever Snyder did, he found a way to get Joe Gibbs back in the building.
Bruh,
No
you
credit.
are tripping, bruh. You are tripping.
We don't get no credit for that.
Bruh, you are tripping.
He don't get no credit for that.
That man had put together a good staff. We all looked at the staff and was impressed with the staff. Every single one of us.
I'm not impressed with the moves, though. I'm not impressed with the Sam Howell trade.
Have you not been impressed with the
Johan
hires?
Dotson trade. You didn't. Those are two people you didn't have to trade.
Bruh, hold on, bruh. We not gonna act like we was not impressed with what Adam Peters did this offseason with getting.
I hated the Sam Howell trade. I hated the Sam Howell trade. I hated the Johan Dotson trade from day one.
Listen, those two trades.
What date was that you said that report came out?
That report came out is right here. January 7th, 2024.
Bruh, look, all I'm saying is you being a little hard on Josh Hurst. I know he's had some questionable things so far.
Y'all vouching for the mold, man. Y'all supposed to be Redskins.
I'm not vouching for the man. I'm saying that look, this is all right. This is how I look at it. I'm just giving you the real. We are in a whole new regime with a whole new owner, a whole new head coach, a whole new quarterback, a whole new defensive coordinator, a whole new offensive coordinator. We have everything new right now. Okay? The NFL is a tough league. These are professional football players. If we hired a good coach, it will show on the field in our play. Okay? That don't mean we're going to win every game. That means we're going to, like everybody been saying, that means we're going to compete. Okay? We're going to compete.
Hold up. I got something right here, bro. This report is on Yard Barker. Report: Jim Harbaugh made curious trip to D.C. on Friday amid Washington Commanders head coach job opening, January 20th, 2024.
So they did interview him. They did interview him. And when did Anna Peters get hired? Big Son, can you look that up for me, please, if possible?
All right, I got you.
Because that matters too. We didn't have a GM until this off season, bro. This the first off season with a GM, with a coach. All these things are new, bro. Yeah, you can't really
I don't
blame.
care how new
Did
they
you
is.
want to
And
keep
guess
Ron
what?
Rivera?
Guess what?
Did you want to keep Ron Rivera?
Guess what? That report came out January 7th that we hold on. The season's still going on, ain't it?
Well, January 7th? Yeah.
Yeah. Season still.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't do no talks at that time.
That's what
Super
I'm
Bowl
saying.
ain't until February.
That's what I'm saying. Nothing really is official till after the league year ends.
I'm just saying. I can't.
Well, our season was over, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, you play. I think the season
Our
might
season
have
was
been over, but the playoffs and stuff was still going on.
yeah. Our season
And
was
the
done.
season was over.
Our season was over after week like 8. Like week 10, our season was over. It was it. But what I'm saying is, bro, look, just theoretically, how am I can't blame. I cannot blame Josh Harris for something that he did with the 76ers.
I can.
I cannot blame
Got a
Josh Harris
resume.
because I don't care what. No offense to the 76ers, though. I don't care what goes on with the 76ers.
Yeah, but he got a resume.
I know. And he does. And his resume right now, and this is
It's
where
terrible.
I will hold on though. This is where I will agree with you, right? His resume right now for us is still 4-13 or whatever, right? You know? So I'm not giving him a pass for last year. What I'm doing is I'm saying, okay, last year he bought the team. It was a transition year. I get it. None of us wanted Ron Rivera. How many of us wanted Ron Rivera to be here this year? Like how
I ain't
many?
want Dan Quinn either, though. I'm gonna keep it real. Dan Quinn.
But I'm gonna be honest. Would you rather have had a new coach and it be Dan Quinn, or would you rather it have been still Ron Rivera? You'd have been pissed if it was still Ron Rivera.
Ron Rivera with Scott Turner. I take Ron Rivera with Scott Turner.
Bro, you are lying, bro. Hey, bro, stop the
And
capping,
Sam
bro.
Howell. Hold up. And Sam Howell.
Take
And Sam Howell.
Bro, I was just looking at a replay of the college game that we won, and the pick that he threw, I was like, that was awful. And that was his first one. And he had 21 more of those. I don't want to see that no more. I'm sorry. I'm good.
He did that with Eric Bieniemy. He did that with Eric Bieniemy.
I'm still good. I'm still
He didn't do
good.
that with Eric Bieniemy. He did
I'm
that with Eric
still
Bieniemy.
good.
He didn't do that with Scott Turner. He didn't do that with Scott Turner. He did that with Eric Bieniemy.
I'm still good.
Hey, bro, you didn't want Scott Turner. We didn't even give him a name, bro. He was
I didn't want Scott Turner. Hold up. I didn't want Scott Turner until I seen Eric Bieniemy.
Oh my God! So you mean, bro? That means that it's bad, bro, for both of them.
So you
Both
think
of them
that
are
Scott
bad.
Turner did a hold up? You think that Eric Bieniemy did a better job with Scott Turner? I mean,
I think both of them
Sam
were
Howell.
more yards. He had
You
more
think that
yards.
Eric Bieniemy did a better job with Sam Howell than Scott Turner?
He had more yards.
I think both of them were trash. And I had to turn the camera off for this. I think both of them was buttholes. I really want to say what I want to say. I think both of them was buttholes, bro. Like real talk. My bad. I was trying to keep the camera off, but they were trash, bro. Both of them. Eric Bieniemy was trash when he was here, and so was Scott Turner. We wanted Scott Turner gone. That's why Eric Bieniemy was here.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but we didn't know Eric Bieniemy would be that bad.
We did not.
The stats were, if you go look back at any year that we had with Scott Turner, Bieniemy in 1 year had way more yards.
Look at the
I
rushing.
don't care. I don't care about the rushing or anything. You can look at the total yards period. He had more.
Rushing yards.
Total yards. Total yards. Total yards. Total yards.
Total yards and touchdowns what matters.
Rushing yards.
The
So
enemy's
you got 2
offense
yards,
is
bro.
like
Total, bro.
the enemy's offense is like 0.5 better than
Who had
Scott
more
Turner.
wins? No. Who had more wins? Let's do it like that.
No, we just said, y'all, we gonna change it up now.
Scott Turner had more wins. Let's end all the speculation. Who
Bro,
had more wins?
the enemy only had 1 season, bro. And Scott Turner was trash, bro.
How many?
We're
No.
about to
What
say,
did Scott Turner go 4-13?
Bruh. And I'm gonna just ask you this question, bruh. When Scott Turner was here, did you want him gone? Yes or no?
But I didn't know Eric Bieniemy was trash.
Listen to what I'm asking.
Eric Bieniemy's offense was point.
After the 8-1 season, that was on Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera should have went, because he's the one that made the decision to start. He's the one that made the decision to start Carson Wentz. So let's all talk. Like we're gonna talk. Let's keep it real.
Bruh.
How problem is Carson Wentz that
you
year?
want-
8-1 season. We could have easily been 12-4.
Listen,
It
bruh.
wasn't for Carson Wentz.
Did you want Scott Turner when he was here, bruh? Just a question.
Without Carson Wentz, yes.
No, you did not want Scott, bruh. We going to have to go back, bruh. We got to go back
You
because
are
I
right.
never
Hold on.
heard you
You
say
are
that
right
you wanted
in the
Scott Turner
sense
to
of
be.
what I thought that we would get. I think Sam Howell would have been better. Okay, let me rephrase the question. Let me rephrase the answer. Sam Howell would have been better under Scott Turner than he was
Sam
under.
Howell had one game with Scott Turner, and that was against the Dallas Cowboys at the end of the season, who were going to the playoffs.
They threw him out. What happened at the end of the season this year against Dallas?
We got
What
blown
happened
out.
in the 4-13 team against Dallas this year?
We were taken, bruh.
It don't matter if you take it or not. You got to give the credit where the credit is due.
Bruh, listen, bruh. You did not want Scott Turner, bruh, at all.
That's
And
not
neither
no.
did I.
I didn't no. I didn't want Scott Turner because I thought he would be someone better. But after seeing Scott Turner with Sam Howell, I think Scott Turner been better than
Bro,
Sam.
he had one game. He had one game with Sam Howell. One game. Eric Bieniemy had a whole season. He had a whole season.
We had a whole season with Scott Turner, and at the end of the season, Scott.
No, he didn't.
We
He
lost
had
9
one.
straight games.
Bro, he had one game.
What is this? Is this an argument? We won 9 straight. We lost 9 straight games under Eric Bieniemy. How's this an argument?
Bro, listen. No, I got an angle for you, bro. Here we go.
All I'm saying, regardless of the loss, I'm talking about the offensive yards. Period. Regardless of the loss. Scott Turner wasn't hanging on no games, but he won one.
He was running the ball, keeping the thing balanced, and he wasn't losing.
Big side. I got it. Here we go. So do you think Scott Turner and Sam Howell would be better than Jaden Daniels and Cliff Kingsbury?
Yep.
You are smoking, bro.
No.
You are smoking, bro.
No.
Wow.
You think? Hold on. I give you this. You think Jaden Daniels going to throw 21 picks?
I don't. But I.
All right. There you go. That just beats the whole conversation right there. That beats the whole conversation right there.
Games this year is the question.
Do you think
he's
what?
Gonna go 8-1 this year?
Who?
I don't know. But listen, I got another question. Do you think Jaden Daniels is going to throw more than 21 touchdowns?
I don't know. I think he is, but that don't see y'all looking at numbers. I'm looking at wins. Scott Turner did what he had to do for the wins.
Listen to what I'm saying, bro.
8-1 is not a bad record.
It is, bro.
That's
it's mediocre, bro.
That's not
It's not a winning record. It's not a winning record.
That's an average record. It's not a bad record, though. Let's be clear. That's not a bad. Bad is the word I use. Bad.
It is mediocre, though, bro. It is not. That's not a playoff.
Mediocre is not bad, though.
But that's not a playoff record, bro.
Yes,
and
it is.
You play to get into the playoffs. That's not a playoff record, bro.
It's a playoff record.
No, it is not.
It's still a playoff record. We went at 7-9, so it is a playoff record.
We went at 7-9 because everybody was trash.
Listen, that was a losing
record. No matter why, we still win.
That's not a playoff record. You know 7-9 is not a playoff record in any other year.
No, not even about any other year. In 8-1, we didn't go to the playoffs. So that wasn't a playoff.
We didn't go to the playoffs because the team we sent 2 teams to the division in the division.
Because that wasn't a playoff record, bro.
The Giants had the same record,
bro. Listen.
But you just stated why we didn't go to the playoffs. If we would have beat them, we'd have been a playoff team. But because we didn't, we're not a playoff team.
Ron Rivera, not Scott Turner, because Ron Rivera, personally, in my opinion, it go back to Ron Rivera because Ron Rivera let Landon Collins walk, and Landon Collins came here and had that interception in crucial times. In a crucial time during the game, he had an interception that sealed the deal.
Bruh, listen to what I'm telling you though, bruh. Like what you're saying.
But Scott Turner called that offense, though. I don't care what Landon Collins doing. Scott Turner called that play, didn't he?
Listen, bruh, I don't care about none
Okay.
of that, bruh. None of us wanted Scott Turner when he was here
I,
because he was
I
ass.
can't stand. I don't even know why I'm calling his name. His name back to North Side.
North Sun.
Back to
North
North
Sun.
Side. I don't even know why I'm saying his
How
name.
did
The
how do you
last
Big Son,
and
how
the
do you get
last
that
5
disease,
years,
bruh?
who was the offensive coordinator for the best record that we ended up having? Scott Turner.
No, he wasn't.
8-1 was the best record.
Because we
No, he
were
wasn't.
trash, bruh. We were trash, bruh, for those years. That's why, because we
Okay,
were
but
bad.
until Jaden Daniels and Cliff Kingsbury beat 8-1, I'm gonna say Scott Turner and Sam Howell's better.
Well, no, I would say this. You could say till they beat 8, till they get past 8 games, because that was the max that they got. That was a max, bruh.
No. That's
Max.
Carson Wentz started 4 games in that season.
Bruh, I'm saying 8 wins was the max that Scott
With
Turner.
Carson Wentz starting 4 games.
Bruh, listen, bruh. 8 wins was the max that Scott Turner had as a coach with us for the whole time he was here.
Because Scott Turner was forced.
So once they get past 8 games, and I'm not saying they're gonna get past 8 games in this year. It might not be this year. Guess what? You could still hold on to this to the next year. But
Hey, guess what?
more than likely, I think we win at least 8 games this year. So if they tie them in their first year with a rookie quarterback and a rookie everything, basically. We got a rookie GM, we got a rookie quarterback, we got a first-time head, everything. If they tie them, at least tie them, because Scott Turner had 3 years to do it, then that says that they're better.
If they tie, I don't see it
Even
happening.
if they tie, that's what I'm saying.
I don't see it happening.
They don't even have to beat them, though. That's what I'm
And I
saying.
don't see it happening after a full
So listen what I'm saying. They got 3 years. They got 3 years to win 8 games in a season or more.
I don't see it happening.
3 years? You don't think they're gonna win more than 8 games in the next 3
I think
years?
Josh Hurst is a tank. I told you, I
Bruh,
think
you
Josh
are
Hurst is a mold for
tripping.
Philly.
Bro, you are tripping.
Until I see them actually do it, I'm not putting. Y'all know what my motto was at the beginning of the season. I ain't spending until they win. They gotta win. I don't want to. I don't want to hear it until
I
they
agree
win.
with that. No, listen though, I agree with you on that, bro. I'm just saying from what I see on the field, when I seen Jaden Daniels on the field, like I was a strong advocate for Marvin Harrison. I am not going to deny that. Strong advocate. I did say that Jaden Daniels was a good pick, and that I would be happy if we got him, which I am happy if we got him. And he's been proved, and he's showing and proven up until this point that we got him for a good reason. And so
I don't think Jaden Daniels is going to be the problem, though. I just don't think they're going to win actual games. I don't think Jaden Daniels is going to be the problem. I never said Jaden Daniels is going to be the problem. I just said I don't see him winning more than 5. I don't see this team winning more than 6 games.
If Cliff Kingsbury called a game like he called yesterday, consistently,
I believe they're going to tank.
I'm talking about in the second half, we're going to win games.
I think they're going to tank, personally, based on Josh Hurst. Until I see Josh Hurst not tank with us, I'm going to say I'm calling tank.
I agree with you on that, though. I understand. I ain't gonna say I agree. I can say I understand that, and I don't disagree with that notion and that mindset because, I mean, to be honest, you got to prove it, and with most people, you got to prove it. So Josh Hurst, you got to prove it. But I am a lot more confident because last year I was very confident because I thought everybody thought Eric Bieniemy was going to have a really good offense.
I thought so.
So I'm gonna say I'm not gonna lie, act like last year I wasn't confident, but this year, after last year, I would have been a lot more skeptical had the things been done differently. The way that they've been done has given me good confidence to say that we might not be CJ Stroud and the Texans last year, go to the playoffs, win the playoff game and all that. But I think we're gonna be significantly better than last year. Significantly better.
I don't know. I gotta see it. I don't put no faith. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think Josh Hurst know what he's doing. I think Ben Johnson was on to something when he said these guys are basketball guys. I have no idea what they're doing. They don't even know what they're doing. I think that that Ben
Adam Peters is
Josh.
not a basketball guy. Adam Peters.
Adam Peters ain't never been a GM either. So there ain't no telling that this is going to win. And the moves he's making are not trading Dawson to the Eagles. I don't consider that to be some sort of expert guy if you're doing stuff like that. I don't consider you an expert. I'm sorry. He did it to himself. This ain't got nothing to do with the show. Nobody. It's Adam Peters. You did that to yourself, bro. Trading a first round pick that you picked to the Eagles. Sorry. No, I have no faith in you. No. Nah. I don't have
I
no faith.
understand your questionability, bro. I do, but I'm just saying right now, from what I see, I can say that it's looking better, a lot better than it's looked in the past, man. A lot better.
That's all I'm saying. I don't have no faith. I couldn't find the Adam Peters. Where's you want to send me the link?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I couldn't find Adam Peters. But I'm just saying from my perspective, fellas, I have no faith in Josh Hurst at this point. I think he's a mole. I think he is working for the enemy. I think he's giving our pieces to the enemies. I think the worst thing you could think of about Josh Hurst, that's how I feel about it. The worst thing I could think of, because Josh Hurst has shown us repeatedly that he will do business with the enemy. And that ain't no Redskin. That ain't no Redskin, ain't Redskin football. That ain't Redskin GMing. That ain't even Redskin owning, because he's the only owner that does that in Redskin history that's done that. Cook wasn't doing it. Snyder wasn't doing it. Preston Marshall wasn't even doing that. That is a Josh Hurst holy moly thing. Get him out of here. Let's pool the money together and just buy the team, or however that works. Josh Hurst don't need to be on this team, because he is a Philadelphia Eagle at heart, by his own words. He has a strong connection to the city of Philadelphia. We don't need him. That's by his own words. I have a strong connection to the Philadelphia 76ers. That's what he said, and to the Philadelphia. That's what he's. That's his words. They ain't my words. Those are his words. Yeah. Those ain't my words. Those are his words. Josh Hurst. His own words. In his own words. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know, man.
Like I said, I don't like his first three moves. But at the end of the day, it's just certain stuff I can't totally blame him for. Like if you have somebody to do a job and they mess up, you know what I'm saying? They just messed up. Gotta go find somebody else to do the job right.
Right. I'm not disputing that. However, I just think that the writing is on the wall in regards to Josh Hurst. Even when it comes to the Dotson trade, the writing is on the wall. This man has no idea what he's doing, like Ben Johnson said.
Hey, so I could not find it right now, but we have the highest odds to finish with the number 1 overall pick. 10%.
Tell me they ain't the stop. I mean, tank. Tell me they ain't the tank season.
Yes, that would be a tank season.
See?
But and this just came out on it looks like Sports Illustrated. It says the Washington Commanders may improve in 2024, but would that be enough not to land the first overall pick?
We are tanking this season. The writing is on the wall. I don't got us winning more than 6 games. I don't mind saying that. If we do, now don't get it twisted. I'm rooting for y'all. Know me. I'm gonna root for us to win, and I'm gonna be in my feelings if we don't win more than 6 games. Y'all already know that. I still got to make my prediction though.
That's petty, bro. That's petty.
I'm rooting for us.
You're not gonna win, and you're gonna say I'm a root for y'all. Y'all better win.
I don't think it's going to happen because I think you have an owner who is
That's
working full
crazy,
cap behind
bro.
the scenes. I don't trust
Hey.
Josh Hurst. This is not the team. This is not Jaden Daniels. This is not.
Hey, bro.
This is
That
not
is
nobody
crazy
else.
work.
This is the team itself.
That's crazy
I
work
don't
right
have
there,
faith
bro.
in Josh Hurst as an owner. I think he pays people to tank.
Bruh, you are tripping, bruh. That is, bruh, that is terrible, bruh. How you gonna say that y'all not gonna win more than 6 games, but if y'all don't win, I would be mad at y'all niggas.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yes. Yes. I'm keeping it real. I gotta keep it real about how I feel, baby. Keep it real about how you feel.
That's crazy, bruh. That's
You gotta
crazy.
keep it real about how you feel. At the end
That's
of the day,
crazy.
I would love
That is out of this world crazy, bruh. How you can't put expectations on them like that. That is so petty.
I expect
You know?
for it to be a 6-win, a six or lower, messing with Josh Hurst. We might win 2 games this year messing with Josh Hurst. And they
Bruh, we
gonna
are
blame
going to win.
Jaden Daniels. They gonna blame Jaden Daniels.
Bruh, we are going to win way more than 2 games. I'm telling
We
you
might not. We might not.
I'm telling you this now. We are not, dog. We are not going to look like the Panthers last year.
I hope we don't.
We're not.
I hope we don't. I don't trust Josh.
Hey, Jeremy Chin and Frankie Louvu is not about to go through that a second season back to back, bro.
I hope we don't. I just don't trust Josh Hurst. I don't trust Josh Hurst.
Bro, you out, bro. Bro, you out. That's all I'm gonna say. Yo,
How?
out, boy.
How?
I'm just
this
saying,
man is 4-13. What makes me believe that he's going to do anything else but tank like he did last year?
Last year, I'm gonna be real. Like looking back on last year, right? We got all hyped up about Eric Bieniemy, but we really wasn't good the year before. And so
We
with
was
Eric
8-1. We was 8-1. 8-1.
That's not good though.
I disagree. 8-1 with Carson Wentz on your roster playing as bad as he did is a good feat.
Bruh, Carson Wentz had one hell of a second half in that first game.
No, he did.
So he did. The 2 touchdowns against Jacksonville.
Against Jacksonville, 1 game.
You know, the next game, I think he had a good game too, if I'm not mistaken. The first 2 weeks, and then after that, he was all garbage juice. But I wouldn't have put my money in I definitely would have put my money in Carson Wentz. I wouldn't have. That was stupid. I'll just be real. None of us liked it. We wanted Heineke. We thought Heineke was the guy, and Heineke deserved the spot, which he did. And that came back to bite us. But that was Ron Rivera. That's not like that wasn't Dan Snyder. We can't blame Dan Snyder for that. We can only blame Ron Rivera because it was Ron Rivera's stupidity of doing it.
Right.
You know, and that's the same way. That's the same approach I'm taking right now. Right now, I feel like Hurst. I think that's a good staff. If nothing else, let's say I love the draft. I'm not gonna lie, I love the draft, man. The draft was great for us. What I feel like, because I think Ben Sinnott, I think Sanders still is a beast. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see Jerzon Newton out there, man. And then Jaden Daniels. I think Luke McCaffrey. I think we had a very good draft. All of those guys I think, will make the team and be, pretty effective. Even John Baptiste, I think they're gonna all make the team. So I think that was a great thing. I think the off season, as far as free agency, was pretty good as well. Like maybe not excellent. I would still give him an A, but it wouldn't be like an A++. But I could say A++ because I really like the Bobby Wagner signing. I really like the Frankie Louvu signing. I really like the Jeremy Chin signing.
Carson Wentz was 5-2-5 that year.
Yes, he was
trash. 5-3-1.
Yes, he was garbage. He was garbage. You can't even blame. You could blame Ron Rivera, but you can't blame anybody else other than Ron Rivera about that. So
His
like
QBR was 34. His QBR was 34.4. His yards a game was 219.
I know, bro. He was trash, bro. We all said it. We all said Heineke should have been a starter.
Sacked 26 times.
Yes.
11 touchdowns, 26 sacks for Carson Wentz.
That's crazy.
That's all I'm saying. You can't. How could you possibly blame Taylor Heinicke? Taylor Heinicke was 5-3-1. So if you add that up, that's a 10-6 season.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be real. He lost to San Francisco, Taylor Heinicke, after when he got benched, and I think that was just wild at the time. You know, so like I really do think that we got a better mob than that mob, though. I think this mob is better. I think our corners may be weaker.
I just think that mob's problem was Carson Wentz, and so that's all I'm saying. Do I think we're going to go 8-1? No, I don't. I don't think right now. If I had to guess it right now, and I ain't saying that opinion can't change after week 1, week 2, week 3, whatever. But right now, today, my prediction is 6 games or less. And y'all know I did not predict that during the release of the schedule. After that Doxson trade, though, it kind of it leave a bad taste in my mouth. I see a tank season because that was a tank move.
I see us winning. I'm not saying much more than 6 games. We might go anywhere between 7 games and I think around 10 games the max. I think 7 games though is the minimum that we're going to win.
Right. That's
which
all
is to me, which isn't a great season either, but I think that's the minimum that we'll win is 7.
That's all I'm saying is that I just don't have no full faith in the ownership.
7 games ain't a tank season though. Especially if you're competitive in the other games that you lost.
I agree with that. It's not a tank season. However, that's why I say I don't think we're going to reach 6. I think we're going to tank purposely and be at 4. I think we're going to be 4-13 again this year. Right now, that's my prediction.
I don't think Jaden Daniels is going to lose that many games, man. I just got a lot of confidence in the young kid, man. I think that he's shown that he's going to be able to move that ball. And he can be able to score touchdowns. Touchdowns, not field goals. He's going to be a touchdown guy, you know, and we've had a lot of field goal guys. RG3 was a touchdown guy.
Right.
Kirk Cousins was a field goal guy, you know? So I think that that's the difference. And I think that Jaden Daniels is a touchdown guy, not a field goal guy.
I mean, we're going to see. We definitely going to see. So since we couldn't put it up, let's get the final thoughts in. I mean.
Okay, we can do that.
We got going on.
I'm going to start out, man. My final thought. We are getting closer and closer to the regular season, right? And I have a lot of excitement for this team because I don't think that this team is going to be bad at all. I think this team is going to be very good and very competitive, okay? I think that Adam Peters did a very good job in this offseason. Although I don't agree with all of the moves that he has made. I wish he could have done things a little differently, but that's just me. We're going to have to wait until the season to see if this actually is going to bite us or we're going to be like, oh, we were smarter than you. If Martavius Bryant played against the ones like he played against the 3s, he might be somebody that might shock people because he got a pass interference in every game that he's played with us. You know, I mean, they seem to not be able to check him without doing something that they're not supposed to do. So I'm very optimistic. I do not think that was the greatest interview, but I did like the interview with Josh Harris. Do I think that he is genuine and all that? I don't know. And after the interview, it does make me want to go do some more research about who he's tied to and how he's tied to them, you know. But from somebody that appears to have grown up in Chevy Chase and appears to have gone to school in D.C., if you own the team now that you once were rooting for, I don't think that you want to lose, okay? Maybe he grew up a Dr. J fan and let me see who was in that era. Maybe like a Sammy Ball or somebody like that. You know, maybe he grew up one of those. Maybe he's a Sonny Jurgensen's fan or something like that. at that time. But maybe he also loved, let's say, I don't know if these even in the same era. But you could like it's a lot of people I know that love the Redskins and also say I can't stand the Wizards or the Bullets and this is my team. This other team is my team. I was one of those people at one point in time. I was not a Bullets fan or Wizards fan. I had other teams. Now I'm straight Washington. All my teams are Washington. And so sometimes you have a tie to that community, and that's okay. It's about what you do for our organization, though, Josh Harris. So I'm specifically talking to him when I say that. I'm going to end this night on saying what I said earlier. There's 3 things that you can do to get the fan base to absolutely love you. 1 is win. Winning solves everything. Winning is the cure in sports. 2, get the stadium back in DC. Give us our home back because we deserve to be here. This is where we are, and I guarantee that the fan base will support you if you put that stadium back in DC. 3, what's right above me right now, get the name back. If you get that name back, you will be forever etched as one of the great owners. Because right now we got Jack Kent Cook. If you say George Marshall, I don't know, but you can definitely say Jack Kent Cook, a great owner. Do you want to be in that same bracket with Jack? Because if you don't want to be in that same bracket with Jack, then continue to avoid the name. But those are 3 things that you can do to get your fan base to really support you, Josh Harris. That's my final thought tonight.
I absolutely agree.
Okay, my final thought is this has been a rather interesting off season. I mean, the pitfalls, the highs, the lows, the in betweens, and I think we're sitting in a good position as long as we can build on this foundation we have here. Even with the loss of Dotson, I think with the presence of Montavious Bryant, it's going to be all right. I think we'll be all right in that aspect. Was I worried about wide receiver position? Especially before last night's game, I definitely was worried. But I know, and you guys know out there as well, McCaffrey is going to be good. And it's just when is he going to reach that brink, and break out? Also, I can't wait to really see Quan Martin under the authority of Quinn and Joe Wick. I can't wait to see him, work out with the with the mindset of getting to the ball the way that they do. So I'm interested to see Quan Martin. I'm hoping that he will have like 4 or 5 this year, 4 or 5 picks, to be honest. Because he has the capability to do it. He came out of college as the best PFF safety in college football when he came out. So I'm interested to see that. Also, Benson, I can't say his name enough. The guy was one of the first guys that I took note to watching Cameron, forget his name, the quarterback for the team that Benson and I came from. I don't get his name, but I was watching film on him, and Benson and I just jumped off the film. Can't wait to see Benson and I get his shot in the NFL and show everybody who he is. So that's my final thought. Shout out to everybody there that supporting the show. Y'all been with us for over 2.5 hours a night. So shout out to everybody who watched the show. Tune in with us on Wednesday for Workhorse Wednesday, of course. Same time, same network. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna catch up and we're probably gonna do a little film study on the Workhorse, you know. Get y'all minds wrapped around what took place out there, you know. So yeah, that's my thoughts. And they final and I'm signing off.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, so this is ETA Row. I want to make sure that I say my name for this one. Hers ain't SHYT. Yeah, he just ain't. He's a moly ho, a holy moly, a holy moly son of a gun. And he's gonna drown this team if we don't get him out of here, y'all. He to the Eagles. He trades picks to the Eagles.
Oh,
He trades picks to the Eagles. That's what he did. That ain't what I made up. I ain't do it. I ain't tell him to do it. I told him not to do it. He did it anyway. He did it anyway. I didn't do this. I gotta call it like I see it though. I'm skins all the way. Ain't it's skins or nothing, baby. Skins or nothing. And hers ain't nothing. The man traded people to the Eagles, y'all. The man traded to the Eagles. He traded Dodger to the Eagles.
Yes, he
did. Hey, wild boy, man. You a wild boy, man. You wild.
Y'all know what he did. I didn't do it. Y'all know what he did. And y'all got a feeling that he's a holy moly too. Y'all got a feeling that he's a holy moly son of a holy moly. Y'all got a feeling. Go with that intuition. Keep your money in your pocket. Y'all gonna be highly disappointed messing with this dude here. He ain't nothing but a managing partner. He don't care nothing about you.
I was about to say, but that managing partner thing scared me too.
See,
because like, what else?
Now you enjoy it.
I'm about to be on this show like Tyrese.
Hey,
what more do you want from me? Like, come on, man.
He's a managing partner. He don't want no accountability for losing, so he got. I ain't the owner. I ain't the owner when this joint hit the fan. I ain't the owner when we go 6-10. I ain't the owner. I'm the managing partner. That's what he's saying. His own word. I'm a managing partner. That's what I'm gonna start hitting my job with. I'm a managing partner. I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm a managing partner. It ain't my fault.
I'm not the owner. Don't you dare call me such things.
You know, I don't know what y'all talking about. We managing over here. We ain't owning. We managing over here. That's what the man said. That's what the man said out his own mouth. And so I take what the man say out his own mouth as face value. The man told us he ain't getting us no stadium. He told us he ain't getting no thing, changing no names. He told us he ain't owning.
Hold on, no. He only said we ain't. We definitely ain't doing that.
Yeah,
we ain't changing no name.
Hey,
y'all know why?
He said it's over. It's over because I'm the managing partner. Even though even though I'm just the managing partner, I'm a manager enough to where I can tell you, and we ain't changing no names. I'm managing.
I agree with this.
That's what the man said. I don't know what to go with. I just got to go with what he say. He don't own the team. He a managing partner, and he ain't changing no names. Right? If that's what y'all want as a Redskin fan base, get behind him. But however, let's remember his record as an overall owner in all three sports is under 500. He has not even won half his games as an owner of all three sports. As a Redskin owner himself, he is 4-13. Until that changes, the first regular season game is October or September. What?
Oh, we gotta get that man some leeway, bro.
Why?
Some leeway. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when he got, even though he traded chasing them, when he got the team, that was a team.
That's
He got
fine,
the team
right?
in July. He got the
Ain't
team
nobody
in
tell him to
July.
start trading with the Eagles. He should
He
have
got
known
the
this was
team
a
in
smoke that
July.
was going to come. This is a
I'll say
PR.
that.
Do we
He
not
got
have
the
a
team in
PR?
July.
I got a quick question, though. Do we not have a PR ran city when it comes to the Redskins? PR is heavy here. It's always been. So for you to trade with the Eagles, he should have known this heat was going to come down like this. He should have known that we was going to be hot. We was going to be heated. We was going to call him a mole. And if he didn't know, is this his job to know?
I mean, I'm gonna say this. Like, yeah, I would say I'll answer your question. Yes, it's his job to know. But I do agree with Big Son. When he got the team last year, we can't really give. This is his real first year, his
Yeah,
first
I'm
draft,
telling you.
his first off
This-
season, all
And
of
his
that.
first two moves was trades to the Eagles. That's got to
Yeah.
count for something.
Yeah,
that got to count for something.
It do.
First
Yeah.
move.
Oh, that whole big weight. That whole big
It
weight,
do.
my class.
It do.
You know what I'm
It do.
saying?
It do.
So
But I'm
we
just
gonna-
saying, if we gonna call a spade a spade, we gotta call it all the way. You know what I'm saying? That was not that man's team he put together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was his team he sold off, though. It was his team he sold off.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
can't say that. It was his team he sold off.
That's all
But
I'm
he
saying.
put it together.
But also, in all honesty, when he sold them off, they weren't doing nothing.
I can
Sweat,
agree.
no,
Hold
Sweat
up.
was having a good year.
Sweat was having a great year. He was a
Bumper good year.
And honestly, Chase was having an okay year. It wasn't great, but Chase was.
It wasn't great, but it was okay.
But Chase-
And I believe that it would have got better if you would have gave him a chance. That's me.
But Chase, you also got to look at Chase didn't even start the season. Did he play the Bronco game? I think that might have been the game he came back.
He did.
Yeah, I think
That was like third week, right?
Yeah.
That was the third week. You know what I'm saying? So Chase didn't even play the whole season. But what I'm saying is I'm talking about the team that he sold off. Not just them two, I'm talking about the team that he sold off. They're part of the sell-off. But at the time when the sell-off happened, the team itself was not winning.
Yeah.
And they just got their head tore off by the Chicago Bears, right?
Absolutely.
But the problem with that is nobody still, even after that, even all the way up until last week, why are you trading with the Eagles, bruh? Why? You have this Philly tie. You know that we don't like that. So, and if you don't know that we don't like that, you should know that we don't like that. And that probably shows what Ben Johnson was saying, that you don't know what you're doing. That kind of like leans towards that side of it. Like, you really don't know what you're doing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't know what you're doing, bro. Like, it's no explaining that. And Adam Peters can talk that trash all he wants, but San Francisco ain't out there trading with the Rams. Name me one trade that San Francisco traded with the Rams. Name me one trade that San Francisco traded with with who else is it? With the Cardinals. Name me one trade with San Francisco traded with anybody in their division. They never did it. Name me one, and we know Bill Belichick wasn't doing that. He might sign a player off the Dolphins, which he did with Wes Welker. He might sign somebody, but he's off of the rival team. But he himself ain't trade nobody to no Dolphins. So where are you getting this from, bruh? You're getting it from one person, the one person that we question. Josh Holy Harris. Holy moly Harris. He's the only place that this comes from. This ain't coming from nobody else. And y'all know, and y'all go back and watch the shows to the fan base. Y'all know I let it go. I let it go. I ain't said nothing about him being a mole since the end of last season. I looked at the off season. I said, I don't like the same move. Definitely against that. Definitely against a couple of the Kendall Fuller, not signing Kendall Fuller or Cameron Curl. I felt like you needed one of them. Should have signed at least one of them. You didn't sign either one of them. And you didn't sign Martez Sweat or Chase Young. I felt like you should have kept one of them. Josh Hurts right now looking a little holy to me. He's looking a little holy to me, man. I just can't. I can't unsee it. I can't unfeel it. I can't unfeel it. I can't unsee it. I just can't. They at the end of the day, I want the team to win. So I'm not sitting here rooting just for him to lose. But at the same time, when you're doing things that ain't going to garnish no wins, I feel like at least only thing I can do is predict for you to lose. There's no other option. What am I supposed to predict you to win, even though you're doing stuff that I feel like is stupid? Am I supposed
Well,
to?
you know we did trade for Donovan McNabb.
Right. We've traded for Donovan McNabb, and Mike Shanahan said he was lazy and bitching for Rex Grossman in the Detroit game.
I'm just saying. You know, this is not the first time we've traded with Philly. That's all.
Yeah, we traded, but who was that? That was Mike Shanahan, and guess what? We ended up that season 5-11.
Yes, we was trash. Just saying.
So I said we wasn't going to win more than 6 games.
I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure.
5-11.
I'm pretty sure if I deep dive, I could find more divisional trades, which I will do a little bit because
Please
I
deep
think
dive.
it's
And guess
not that
what?
big
In
of a
those
deal.
seasons, you ain't gonna find more than 6 wins, which is what my prediction was originally. We ain't gonna win more than 6 wins this year under Josh Hurst. They even got us as a minus to have the lowest record in the league. They literally have us as the number 1 pick in the draft. They
Same thing they did with RG3.
No, they didn't. They didn't. No, they didn't. They was nervous about RG3.
No, they wasn't.
They was nervous
They
about
wasn't
RG3.
nervous about RG3 until that Minnesota game.
Right. No. The New Orleans game had everybody shook. New Orleans
No,
had
it
everybody shook.
wasn't. I'm gonna tell you why, bro. Because the Minnesota game, that's what started the 7-game run. You
Now,
forgot
talk
we
about
lost
the
all them
7-game run.
games.
When we hit 40 on a 13-2-3 team with Dennis Allen as the defensive coordinator, yes, they was fearing. They was like, nah, these dudes is coming. These dudes is coming. And we brought out that read option. It was the first. Why you think everybody implemented the read option after that week? Everybody put it in their offense. Everybody, the whole league copycatted us. There was no read option before RG3.
What I'm saying is, what happened after that week?
After that week, we lost a couple games because we lost Pierre Garçon in that game on an 80-yard touchdown. See, people forget that. Pierre Garçon didn't play half of that season. He missed 6 games. We struggled in them 6 games. When he came back, we went on a 7-game run. That's what people forget. So all I'm saying is that when it comes to Josh Hurst, on my final thought, all I'm saying is when it comes to Josh Hurst, I am more on leaning towards tanking than I am leaning towards winning at this point because of the Doxson trade. I said it on air. I said it during breaking news. I said, I don't think this team is planning to win based on that trade. I don't think this team is planning to win. You are a seller. You are a what do they call it? A trade deadline seller. You are a deadline seller. And we were sellers. We wasn't buyers. We were sellers. Sellers don't win. Sellers lose. That's it. It doesn't matter who you are. Sellers lose.
Well, that's why I said Donovan McNabb, because they sold off Donovan McNabb and they still was better than what we were because we were
They
trash.
were 5-11. And Andy Reid got fired that year or the year after that. He didn't last long after that. And this is Andy Reid.
No, didn't they have Michael Vick?
Yeah.
Later, yeah, they had Michael Vick later. That was when Chip Kelly
they had
came
Michael
in.
Vick.
Nah, they had Michael Vick then.
Yeah,
remember he was there with McNabb.
He played in 2009. You're right. He was there with McNabb. They got rid of McNabb for Vick. You're right. They did get rid of McNabb for Vick. However, Andy Reid was gone by 2012. That's a fact. He was gone for whatever reason. Why? How it happened? Whatever. He was gone by 2012.
They felt like he wasn't going to win the Super Bowl. That's really what it was. He kept getting to the playoffs.
They felt like
he kept getting to the playoffs and never getting to the Super Bowl, basically.
He traded McNabb and he was out of there in 2 years.
Well, I would have traded McNabb for Vic too.
I mean, no, Vic was already on your roster. You didn't even have to trade McNabb. Just like us, Jay Daniels was coming regardless. You didn't even have to trade Sam Howell. You should have kept Sam Howell.
Sam
Now you
Howell,
don't have a
bruh.
backup. You got McSorley as
Bruh.
your backup. McSorley is good, but he's not Sam Howell. You got McSorley as your backup.
McSorley might be Heineke, and Heineke to me played better than Sam Howell when Heineke got his opportunities.
I disagree. He played good, but he didn't play better than Sam Howell to me. Not under Scott Turner. That's just
Bruh,
my opinion.
listen, bruh, he only had one game under Scott Turner. We can't take the
Why
the
can't you
last
take
game
that?
of the season.
Why can't?
Because
Because
the
he only
enemy had
one
a
game
whole
against the last
season.
game of the season, bruh.
I'm
We need a
taking
bigger
it.
sample
I'm
size
taking
than
it.
that.
That's all I know.
And the enemy
What I
had
saw.
4 wins.
All
The
I
enemy
know
had
is
4
what I saw.
wins. He had
All
4
I know
wins.
is what I saw.
That is not a big enough sample size, bruh.
How
One
is not?
game,
It's
because
a
it's only
win.
one game, bruh, and the last game of the season. It wasn't even a meaningful game. It wasn't even week 12 or nothing. Like, you know.
All right, with Sam Howell right now holds the rookie record for passing yards in the season. There you go, for Washington.
Under the enemy.
No matter who was under, he holds.
You just said,
His
oh,
name
bro,
is
you
on
just,
that. The enemy name ain't on that.
the enemy, the one who coached the plays up.
Right, you
Bro,
might be right.
Jaden Daniels is about to break that this year.
Oh, 3,900 yards? I don't see it.
I do.
I don't see him be breaking for 3,900. I don't see
And
it.
Sam Howell wasn't a rookie. Sam Howell wasn't a rookie, so we're not counting that. He was a second-year player. It does not count.
Right. All I'm saying is that
It does not count.
all I'm saying is that overall, even with Daniels, even with the house situation, even with everything that goes down, Josh Hurst is the center of it. He whether he say something, don't say something, however he want to peg it to us, he's a liar, he's a mole, and he has no chance. He has no plans on us doing anything substantial. And if we try to do it on our own, he gonna kill it like he did Jack Del Rio last year when he fired him in the middle of the season because he was trying to win. Shout out to everybody out there listening to the Nation Sports Podcast. That is my final thought. We got Workhorse Wednesday coming up this Wednesday.
Workhorse.
You know, and we got that coming up this Wednesday. We're gonna go over the film from last game, man. We deserve that. The fans deserve that. You know, we're gonna let y'all see what McSorley did. I know it's a lot of talk about McSorley. It's a lot of talk about the backup quarterback position in general. So I think that we have to dive into McSorley and some of the things he's done so that the fans can understand what's going on out here with McSorley and with all of the other players and with all of the other position battles throughout at least Redskin Park. You know,
I mean, we should
I'm
definitely
McSorley all the way.
53-man roster.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What about again, score the fight? What's that, September 3rd?
September 3rd, 7 a.m., man. It's gonna be early, so I'm gonna need y'all to get up with us, man. It's gonna be the in-away fight, man, and we have not been able to cover an in-away fight yet because he fights so early in the morning. I say, you know what? The fans, y'all deserve it. Y'all came through for us for over these last couple score the fights, so we're gonna give y'all something from our pleasure. 7 in the morning, man. So y'all gonna have to be with me.
That fight is in Japan for everybody out there listening. That's why I said 7 in the morning. It is in Japan.
Yes.
So we will be covering that. That is really, really special. Here on Score the Fight. Well, here on the Nation Sports Podcast, but still Score the Fight is a connection and a spinoff of the Nation Sports Podcast. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, so shout out to Point B for definitely doing that. I wanted to alert the fans because we haven't talked about this on air. 114,000 views for the Crawford fight. You know what I'm saying? We really haven't discussed that on air. So I wanted to take the time out to let the other fans know that, man, y'all might have to step your game up. If you ain't listening, you need to be listening because somebody is listening. 114,000 people are listening, and they listen to the Terrence Crawford fight, the last one that came here on Score the Fight. So I just want to shout Point B out for that, for really delivering that day on the fight, and Big Son for definitely stepping up, showing what he got, you know what I'm saying, and them really being a good combination on that day and really holding it down. So I just want to take the special time out to recognize that and tell other people, Score the Fight, whether you watch boxing or not, You will learn boxing watching Score the Fight. You will love it. So make sure y'all come through for all the Score the Fights the same way y'all do the Major Mondays, man.
Yes,
See y'all
sir.
Wednesday.
See y'all Wednesday. We're going to sign off here on the Nature Sports Podcast. You know, y'all know what we do, man. Gave y'all which the Nets. Let me recognize the Nets straight quick. Nets is right now the Nets. I just want to make sure I get them in right quick. Wizards are not playing right now. They are on their off season. So shout out to the Wizards.
That,
The Nets.
53 and 79, I think, right now.
53 and 79. That's not good enough, Nets. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. Over the last 10 games.
They got like
the
20. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say over the last 10 games, they are 4-6 right now. They are 64 runs under 500. So, I mean, the Nets, that's just not good enough. Y'all got to step your game up. 30-34 at home, 29 and 39 on the road. That is just not good enough. Their next game is versus the Yankees. Juan Soto comes home. So, you know, shout out to everybody. It's on August 27th. That's today, Tuesday, August 27th. Make sure y'all go see the Nets at home versus the Yankees. Juan Soto versus his former team.
All right, man. Y'all heard it here.
Y'all heard it here first, here on the Nature
So,
Sports Podcast.
Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in.
Yes, Wednesday. So we're going to sign off. If you're driving, drive safely. If you're walking, walk safely. Whatever you're doing, get home safely from wherever you are to wherever you're at. This is the Nature Sports Podcast. We're going to sign off.
You know it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
No, it's showing the bag.